the Auburn Sports Network and Playfly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air.
We're 15 minutes away from the rubber game of a top 10 series, a tipping point, a major opportunity. Hello, everyone. War Eagle, welcome to another Saturday of Auburn Tiger baseball. From Condren Family Ballpark, I'm Brad Law. Brandon Gergley is in the ESPN 106.7 studios. Auburn and Florida have split the first two games. The teams have stranded 35 combined runners. And the Gators have only been retired in order twice through 17 innings. In short, the series has been as balanced as it was billed. And today, the Tigers have Alex Petrovic on the mound to try to tip that balance and hand Florida just its third series loss in its last 12 conference weekends. Butch Thompson talks about injuries and fortitude ahead of today's Donnybrook after you hear these announcements.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
When I moved back home to East Alabama, I decided to start a home care business that would bless the village of seniors who helped raise me. Hello, I'm Molly Robinson, owner of Seniors Helping Seniors East Central Alabama. At Seniors Helping Seniors, we lay the perfect foundation for a strong bond by hiring caregivers who are themselves seniors. Our care model is like getting a little help from a friend. You may reach us at 334-752-7070 or at shseastcentralall.com.
Hey folks, this is Brody Thomas, General Manager at Winter Timber Outdoors. Spring turkey season is right around the corner, and we're cranking up the excitement with our Winter Timber Turkey Contest. From March 25th through May 8th, go chase that trophy long beard. Then bring your best bird straight to the store to get it scored. We're paying out for the top 5 birds. Whether you're after spurs, beard length, or straight up weight, we want to see what you harvest. It's the 2026 Turkey Contest at Winter Timber Outdoors in Auburn. For more information, visit wintertimberoutdoors.com.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan Peck from The Drive, weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on ESPN 106.7 and ESPNAU.com. Join Bill Cameron and me to get caught up on the biggest news in Auburn athletics and everything going on in the world of sports. We'll talk with the experts, and we'll take your calls, too. Coming up on Thursday's show, we'll talk with Justin Ferguson from the Auburn Observer, plus David Pascal in hour number 2. It's The Drive on ESPN 106.7 and ESPNAU.com.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with the Butch Thompson pregame report.
Chance to win a series today, and Alex Petrovic, one of your captains, on the mound for you.
Pretty excited about that, getting us off to a good start and just having a captain out there leading after these first 2 days. And day one was like, man, if a ball could have fell in the first and their ball hadn't have dropped in the whatever. And then yesterday, just, couple of injuries there early in the ball game, some back and forth where I feel like both teams just didn't play good in the moment and really got both teams going. But got a lead there right there in the middle, was able to get Jackson Sanders in there. And
there aren't a lot of great ones like
to have a chance to win a series here on the road, to get up early, get out here and face today. Petro get us started, get out here to get to the park. And I know Logan Gregorio is out, and we'll check on him when we get back to Auburn tomorrow. More. Can Fralick go? Can he DH? Those are all the things we have to figure out pregame, but try and do everything we can to come out here, win a series. Behind Petro, it was pretty clear yesterday you're going Sanders and Hetzler, and that plan A worked. Today it's going to be a mismatching and bringing some guys back from game one. And also, you got a Harden and a Kulik, a couple of guys. Could you insert them and do a little bit? We like left-handed matchup, and we used the biggest bullet that we have in Sanders yesterday, but can a pitching staff behind Petro, find a way to finish line here in Gainesville?
Mason McCrane, when we talked to him after the game last night, we asked about his approach. Of course, 2 home runs in the leadoff spot. You took that prudent risk yesterday to put him there, and he hit 2 home runs. And the approach is just, try to hit it back up the middle and get to first base. That simple approach does yield so many good results, doesn't it?
Yeah, but when you have your heart and your mind and your soul and your barrel thinking middle of the field, that's how opposite field shows up. That was a pretty nice pitch. That wasn't like a horrible pitch. That was more in the lines of what you would say is a pitcher's pitch that was down and away, at least touching the outer third of the plate, and not up, not middle, kind of down. But when you have that middle approach, when you're trying to return to sender, bring all that energy back to the middle of the field, and you have some basic gifts and tools like a Mason McCrane has, if you do something small and just think middle of the field, something big can happen. And actually, he was thinking middle of the field, even though the home run to center field was a little bit away too. It's like he almost got around that. But I just think him telling you his middle approach lets you know that he was in a great place to hitting that leadoff spot and handle a couple of really solid pitches and to do damage.
All right, game 3 of a series. I've asked this on game 3s before in different ways, but it's like a prize fight. You take a punch, they take a punch, and now you know more about each other for game 3. So do approaches change at the plate? Do pitching plans, how you attack them, change after watching them hit against your guys for a couple of days?
I think so. I think when you get back from game 1, I feel like you learn the most and set some things for the next 2 days. And there were some things back and forth. That was the most conversation we had. And once you get a feel, I think everybody that's been focused and locked into the game, the number of players that are playing it, I think they have a feel, like a Bub Terrell going through one of those where they just absolutely sequenced him to death there. But he knows what they're trying to do now. Can a talented player like that get back in the frame and kind of get a feel for what they're doing and make the adjustment and it show up today? That's what it would take to win a series. It's like there's less surprises now after playing each other twice. Now it's like who can capitalize when everybody gets set in stone. This is our way to get somebody out. This is our way to play the game against this team. And then, who's got an adjustment in them, who can absolutely adjust and have that show up in a game. That's oftentimes the difference in a series.
Good luck on win number 351 here today. Can't wait to watch the guys out there. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Looking for a home service company you can truly trust? Affordable Comfort Cooling System Plumbing and Electrical is a Christian-owned business built on faith, honesty, and dependable service. For air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical maintenance and repairs, ACCS Plumbing and Electrical keeps your home comfortable year-round. You'll get honest advice, fair pricing, and quality work done right the first time. No pressure, no shortcuts, no surprise charges. Visit ACCSAuburn.com. ACCS Plumbing and Electrical. Comfort you can count on.
A proud Rheem dealer.
Shop RV Roadway's live inventory now. Fresh arrivals, ready to go, priced to move. Get real show pricing and weekly specials on new and used RVs at both Alabama RV Roadway locations in Calera and in Opelika. Shop live online now at rvroadway.com. Take life on the road with RV Roadway, where we sell RVs for less.
When game day arrives, you want to be right where it matters, close to campus, close to the action, and close to your college student. With 6-month leases available, the Residences at Arbor Lake, designed for adults 55 and better, is your spring home base as you cheer on the Tigers and visit family all season long without the hassle of hotels. For more information, call 334-521-7290. That's 521-7290. A home run for comfort and convenience at the Residences at Arbor Lake.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
We're counting it down to first pitch. Time for the Yellowwood starting lineups. Presented by Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We'll start with the home team. Florida's 28-12 overall. Kevin O'Sullivan's squad 10-7 in SEC play. Pretty similar to what we saw here in the opener Thursday night. Kyle Jones, the center fielder, is the leadoff man. Shortstop Brendan Lawson hits second. Batting and playing third today, it's Ethan Surowick. Carson Bowen catches and bats cleanup. Blake Sear is homered in the first 2 games of the series. He's in left field batting fifth. Landon Stripling starts again at first base here today. He will bat sixth. Hitting seventh, the second baseman, Cade Curlin. Cole Stanford is the DH. He'll bat eighth. And Hayden Yost starts in right field and bats ninth for Florida. Again, the Gator lineup: Jones, Lawson, Surowick, Bowen, Sear, Stripling, Curland, Stanford, and Yost. Now for your Auburn Tigers, 26 wins and 12 losses, 9-8 in SEC play. Here is Butch Thompson's lineup for this rubber game. Mason McCrane had so much success in the leadoff spot last night. He's back there today. McCrane in left field batting leadoff. Eric Guevara, the third baseman, will bat second. And Chase Freilich is in the lineup today for the Tigers. He is DHing, and he'll hit third. Chris Rembert plays second and bats cleanup. Batting fifth at first base, it's Eddie Madrigal. Ethan Bingaman in right field again. He'll hit sixth. Behind the plate today, it's Lucas Steele. He'll hit seventh. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Brandon McCrane. And Bub Terrell starts in center field. He rounds out the order. Again for Auburn, it's Mason McCrane, Guevara, Freilich, Rembert, Madrigal, Bingaman, Steele, Brandon McCrane, and Terrell. The pitching matchup today for Auburn, it's Alex Petrovic. He's 6-1 with a 2.66 ERA. Florida goes with UCF transfer junior right-hander Russell Sandifer. He's bounced between the bullpen and starting. Today is his 5th start of the year. He's 2-1 with an ERA of 4.56. That's it for the leadoff show. One final pregame timeout, and then we're back with the first pitch. Tigers and Gators from Gainesville. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center at Building Supply.
Russell Building Supply is your hometown home improvement store. You'll find what you need when you need it. And as a Russell Rewards member, you'll be in the know about monthly specials and exclusive offers. Russell Building Supply, East University in Auburn, across from Cary Creek Publix.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center at Building Supply.
Are you disabled but still trying to go to work every day? Did you know that you can file for disability as soon as you stop working? I am Deborah Mitchell, a registered nurse and an attorney. At Grossman Law Firm, we have over 40 years of combined experience in the medical and legal fields. Come see us today for a free consultation. Give us a call and let us help you. Contact us at 334-758-6344 or rnlawyer.net.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services performed by this attorney are better than those performed by other attorneys.
Memories are priceless. Mom's trip you've been talking about, flights, hotel, concert tickets, not so much. But that's where Max Credit Union comes in. Whether it's a weekend getaway with friends, front row concert tickets, finally taking that trip without the kids in tow, Max has lending tools to help make it happen. Go make the memories. We got the rest. Max Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply for qualified borrowers.
What's going on, everybody? Jacob Goins here, host of On the Line on ESPN 106.7. It's the show that tells you like it is and holds nothing back. And you better believe that I mean it. When we're talking about Auburn athletics plus the biggest sports topics in the country, give me a call 2 to 4 p.m. each weekday to be on the line and tell me what you have to say about the hottest topics in sports. That's On the Line from 2 to 4 p.m. here on the Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7.
ESPN 106.7, WGCC HD3 Waverly, and W294AR Auburn. ESPN 106.7, WGZZ HD3 Waverly and W294AR Auburn Opelika.
Just about ready to go. Baseball time in Gainesville. Russell Sandifer is the starter for Florida. He's 2-1 with a 4.56 earned run average. 25 2/3 innings pitched for the 6'1", 200-pound right-hander. 25 2/3 innings, 22 hits allowed, 13 runs, all of them earned. He's walked 10. He has struck out 36. So almost a strikeout and a half per inning. This is his 6th start of the year, his 12th appearance, 2-1 with a 4.56 earned run average. Last year he was 2-3, made 6 starts and 12 bullpen appearances. Had a 3.38 ERA a season ago. A transfer from UCF, now with the Gators. Defensively behind him, he's got Blake Sear in left, Kyle Jones in center, Hayden Yost in right. Along the infield, Ethan Surowick at third, Brendan Lawson at short, Kate Kurland at second, Landon Stripling at first. Carson Bowen behind the plate doing the catching. He has started all 3 games of the series. And the throw goes down to second, just about set to get going. First pitch weather forecast is presented by Jackson Services. When your comfort quits, Jackson Services shows up. Heating, air, and plumbing done right the first time. Family owned since 1973. Call Jackson Services today. Feel the difference. Jackson Services, delivering comfort and creating trust. It's hot. It's sunny and it's hot. That's your weather forecast. 85 degrees on our way to a high of 92 today in Gainesville. And well, if you're looking for help from clouds at any point, you are looking in the wrong place. Winds south-southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour. It's June heat in April, the way some of the locals have put it. Auburn wearing navy blue tops, gray pants. Florida wearing orange jerseys and white pants. And we're just about set to get going. Michael Snover calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. First base umpire is Jeremy Dupree. Christopher Griffin is down at second. Clint Lawson is at third. Sandifer's ready to go to work, and so is Mason McCrane as he steps in, and we are underway. The first pitch is low, 4-1. 12:03 local time, 11:03 back home. Good Saturday morning pitch. Inside, 2-0. McCrane with 2 homers in last night's game, an opposite field shot to left, and then one to straightaway center. He's ahead, 2 balls, no strikes in the pitch. Sandifer misses low again, 3-0. Auburn's leadoff hitter trying to do the job of a leadoff man, get on base. McCrane batting .299 now for the year. See what he gets from the junior right-hander here off the left side of the rubber, the step and the pitch. And there's a strike over the outer half. 3-1, 93 on that fastball. McCrane, 3 homers, 27 driven in. Delivery, swing and a miss. To him another fastball. And now the count is full. See if he comes back to the heater or if he tries to spin something. Here's Sandifer ready to go quickly. He delivers. And he swung on and missed for strike 3. Boy, that's a nice job of bouncing back by Sandifer. McCrane was ahead 3-0, and he threw him 3 straight fastballs. That last one had a little bit of run away from the left-handed hitter. A little bit of late movement. And there's the first out of the game. Now Eric Guevara stands in. The wind swirled all night last night. It's already swirling today. First pitch, it was blowing hard out to left. Guevara takes ball 1 outside. He showed bunt briefly and took it for ball 1. Wind blowing out toward right center. Now swirls again. Flags constantly moving. Pitch. Strike at the knees. It's 1-1. Guevara, a couple of hits on the weekend. He's batting .368 for the year. 7 homers. He's driven in 28. They play him to go the other way in the outfield as Sandifer misses low and away, 2-1. Sandifer pitched out of the bullpen last week at Georgia, an inning and 2/3. Gave up 5 runs on 5 hits. A couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts, 41 pitches in a bullpen outing. There's a fly ball to right field. Over toward the line is Yost, still coming, now slows up, reaches up and makes the catch a step shy of the right field line. So, a strikeout and a fly out And now Chase Fralick to the plate. Fralick 3 for 5, a double. He has scored a run, but he was hit by a pitch on the elbow yesterday, and that knocked him out of the ballgame on his throw down to second. In the bottom of the inning, he just couldn't go after. First pitch misses low. Sandifer's fallen behind each of the first 3 hitters. He came back to get the first 2. Good to see Chase back in the lineup today. Here's the pitch. Missed outside, and it's 2-0. Chase's first hit of the weekend was a double to left center, and they give him that spot open in the outfield here. The 2-0 delivery. Swing and a foul back. Looking fastball, got one at 91, fouled it back, 2-1 the count. Chase just a warrior, tough as nails, got to beat a catch in this at this level. 2-1 pitch. Missed outside, it's 3-1. And there's 2 outs, but Sandifer's had to work hard for it. Went 3-2 to McCrane before the strikeout. Fell behind Guevara before the flyout. Now the 3-1 pitch to Fralick. There's a strike. It's 3-2. Came to the inner half. Just underway in Gainesville. Nobody on, 2 outs. Top of the first. And Sandifer's 3-2 to Fralick. Flied left side out of play. Sandifer's last start 2 weeks ago against Ole Miss, 7 shutout innings, just 2 hits allowed, a walk, and a season-high 11 strikeouts. A career-high 11 strikeouts. Sandifer's payoff to Fralick again, fouled back. Chase hanging in there. In those 7 innings, he threw 93 pitches. His only quality start of the year was his last start 2 weeks ago. Here, Fralick trying to battle against him with nobody on and 2 outs in the first inning. Another 3-2 pitch. Swing and a tapper right side. First baseman gloves it. It'll be an easy play for Stripling. And that's the way the first inning comes to a close. Well, a lot of pitches out of the starter for a 1-2-3 inning. Auburn goes by the wayside in the first. Tigers retired in order. Auburn nothing. Florida coming to bat for the first time when we come back to Gainesville.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
Did you know one of the most advanced screening and diagnostic imaging centers in the country is located right here in our community? Bridgeway Diagnostics is the first in the country to purchase GE low-dose 3D mammography and first in the entire region to bring you 3D breast ultrasound. First to bring you artificial intelligence software looking behind the radiologist to detect irregularities. Ask for Bridgeway for all of your screening and diagnostic needs. Find out more at 2bridgeway.com. That's the number 2, bridgeway.com.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Auburn goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Florida comes to bat for the first time against Alex Petrovic. His 6-1 record, 6 wins, tied for the SEC lead. Redshirt sophomore right-hander from Cypress, Texas, 6'4", 241. He's 6-1, a 2.66 earned run average. This is his 10th start of the year. He has thrown 47 1/3 innings, given up 35 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned. He has walked 9 and struck out 53. Teams are batting .201 against Alex Petrovic. And the last time we saw him, well, he was pitching a performance worthy of SEC Pitcher of the Week distinction. Quality start. 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Threw 92 pitches 6 days ago to help Auburn win the series in 7 innings over Kentucky. 11-0 Tiger victory. Auburn scored some runs early in that outing last week and then exploded for 7 in the 5th. Petrovic with the defense behind him. He'll have McCrane in left, Terrell in center, and Bingaman in right. Third to first, it's Guevara, McCrane, Rembert, and Madrigal, and he's got Lucas Steele behind the plate. Steele caught the first 7 starts of the year for Petro. Freilich got the last 2, but with Chase still trying to recover from that elbow, they put one of the team captains, Steele, to catch another captain, Petrovic. Eric Guevara is shaking hands with the third base umpire, Clint Lawson, and Kyle Jones ready to stand in. First pitch to him is hammered foul off to the Auburn dugout, gloved in there very nicely. Nothing in 1 to Jones. Center fielder leads the team in runs scored. He's batting .320, 50 points lower than that in league play. He's stolen 16 bases. 10 of those have come in the league. Pitch misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jones. This weekend, he's 1 for 7. He's walked a couple of times, and he's doubled. Their leading run scorer has not crossed the plate this weekend. Pitch to him. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Buckled Jones's knees. It's 1-2. Outfield plays to pull just a couple of steps. Bingham and in a couple of steps at right as well. Rimber just to the left of the bag at second. Pitch. Bounced up there and all the way to the backstop. 2-2. Jones bloop double to right in Thursday's series opener. Padded their lead. It was 6-1 at the time. Pitch home. Little tapper again, foul left side. Still 2-2. Both teams going to have multiple options. Auburn able to go with Marciano, Sanders, and then Ryan Hetzler only threw 3 pitches in last night's game. Might see some guys you saw Thursday in the opener for both teams here in the rubber game. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Got him with a fastball inside corner, frozen. Strong start for Petrovic. His first strikeout. The K counter is presented by Kia of Auburn, where you are number 1. Strikeout number 1 for Petrovic to batter number 1. And here's Brendan Lawson. Lawson's 11 home runs lead the team. 2 of those have come against SEC pitching. This weekend, he has 2 hits and 3 walks. He has scored a couple of runs. He has struck out 3 times. He takes ball 1, an off-speed pitch just missed inside. 1-0. It's been the plan this weekend is to attack Lawson in early. Can't make a mistake middle away and up against him. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit out, but not by much. Tight strike zone early. Auburn's in the shift against Lawson. They've been there all weekend. His 2 hits were rockets, either right at or just to the side of Rembert, playing in shallow right field. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball, missed the inside corner, 3-0. These aren't bad pitches. Michael Snover, a tight zone early. Surowick waits on deck. 1 out, nobody on base. 3-0. Missed low, ball 4. That was the one that missed the most. So a 4-pitch walk to Lawson, and he's on base. And he might take off. They could do some running against Steele, who doesn't have as many games under his belt as Freilich this year. Lawson, 10 stolen bases in 12 tries. 5 of those have come in league play. Half the steals, half the attempts. A lot of teams, you see their stolen base numbers drastically fall off once conference play starts. Not so with Florida. And I have a lot of guys that run, but these top 2 in the order do. Here's the pitch to Surowick, and that misses outside, ball 1. Surowick getting 30 points better against SEC pitching than his .331 overall average. And he drives one down the right field line, slicing away, slicing foul, and it bounces up on the berm. That evens the count to the Florida leader in RBIs, 7 homers, 39 runs driven in. 1 out, 1 on, 1-1 the count in the first. Petrovic from the stretch. Throws to first, and the runner's back. He'll be more of a factor in today's game than it was in the first two. Pitch just low, 2-1. And Surwick patient. 4 of his 7 homers have come in the league. He's driven in 14 runs in SEC play, second highest mark on the team. Big hole on the right side, the 2-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball, left side, base hit. Lawson stops at second as McCrane gathers and throws it in. So a walk and a single. And runners are at first and second with 1 out. Just a solid ground ball, base hit. Nothing Guevara could do. And now the cleanup man, Carson Bowen, comes to the plate. Bowen hitting .242 on the season. He's 1 for 9 on the weekend with a double and an RBI. Runners lead from first and second. Here's the pitch. Bowen takes a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Good to get that first pitch strike. Petrovic struck out Jones, walked Lawson, gave up a single to Surwick. Here's the pitch. Fastball, that's through there for strike 2. And he's ahead of the Florida catcher. 3 homers, 18 driven in. Right-handed hitter. He's caught all 3 games. Petrovic fires. Just missed, maybe a little up, maybe a little out. 1-2. He is dotting the strike zone, just missing. Only had a couple that missed badly this inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a line drive into center field. Bub Terrell coming on. He makes the catch head high. Thought that was going to sink, but it stayed up there. Off the bat, it looked like that might fall, but it hung up, and Terrell got a good read on it. Good break. Made the catch for the second out. So the runners stay put at first and second, and here's Blake Sear. He has homered in each of the first 2 games of the weekend. A 3-run blast here Thursday and a solo shot last night. First pitch. It's low and away, ball 1. No score. Bottom of the first. Florida threatens with 2 outs. Wind blows out to left, across right to left. The 1-0 pitch. High fly ball. Left field. McCrane doesn't see it. And it is gone. McCrane never saw the ball. It didn't matter. Sear is homered for the 3rd time in as many days. A 3-run blast on a 1-0 pitch. Florida leads 3-0 in the first. Pitch was down the middle. Couldn't have been more down the middle. This team hits fastballs very well. They have struggled with breaking balls this weekend, but they have hit fastballs. And Sear crushed that one. There's a fly ball to center. Terrell is back. He's got the catch on the very next pitch, but that's the 3rd out of the inning. But Florida with 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left. 3-0 Florida through 1 as Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Looking for a fulfilling way to spend your retirement? What about some extra cash to spend on the grandkids or donate to charity? Hello, I'm Joe Robinson. My wife Molly and I own Seniors Helping Seniors East Central Alabama, and we may have a place for you on our team. You can be a hero and a new best friend to a fellow senior. Our in-home care services provide a way for all seniors to give and to receive. Details and application online at shseastcentralalL.com.
Hey, this is Jacob Goins from On the Line on ESPN 1067. If you ever miss a part of the show from 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoons with myself and Christian Griffin, you can catch up with the podcast anytime on our station website. Just visit ESPNAU.com and our podcast center or download the Radio Alabama app. Never miss a minute of On the Line on ESPN 1067 with me, Jacob Goins, and Christian Griffin, live 2 to 4 each weekday right here on the Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 1067.
3-0 Florida as their starter goes back out to the mound. A 3-run home run by Blake Sear, his third home run of the weekend. 7 RBIs on the weekend for the Gator left fielder. He had 4 coming into the weekend. He has 3 this weekend alone. All right, long ball game. See if the Tigers can get something going against Sandifer, who nearly threw 20 pitches in the first inning. I mean, Auburn saw him a pretty good bit. 3-2 strikeout to McCrane, fly out by Guevara, and a 3-2 ground out by Freilich after he fouled off a few. See what Rembert, Madrigal, and Bingaman can do. A couple of righties and a lefty against the junior right-hander. Ready to go in the second. Here's the pitch. Rembert shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a ball outside, 1-0. And now Michael Snover hearing it from the Florida fans who don't like the corners being cut away from the strike zone. Wind and Sandifer's pitch. Missed the outside. Oh, they gave him a strike. 1-1 the count. Credit Bowen that one. He framed it well. Rembert 3 for 10 on the weekend. He's got 3 singles. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Fastball 93. Hit the corner. Good pitch. Working middle away to the Auburn second baseman. Right-hander ready to go to work. He slows down a little bit. Shakes his head yes. Still, now he's ready. Here's the pitch. Way outside and low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sandifer has been working in a hurry. That time he held for just a bit. And now it's 2-2 to Rembert. Little dribbler to the first baseman off the end of the bat. Stripling takes it and goes to the bag for the first out. 4 up, 4 down to start the game for Sandifer. Comes Eddie Madrigal. $7,000 capacity here at Condren Family Ballpark. Maybe 3, maybe 3,500, maybe 4 here today. Pitch to Madrigal inside, ball 1. Eddie's 2 for 6. He's singled, doubled. He's walked a couple of times. He scored a run. He chops 1 to first on 2 hops. Stripling's had a busy day. 3 straight ground outs to the Florida first baseman. And now 2 away in the second for Ethan Bingaman. Bingaman homered, doubled, walked in yesterday's game. Big freshman bat for the Tigers. First pitch to him misses outside, 1-0. Sandifer's been unfazed by falling behind in counts. Fallen behind 5 of the first 6. Here's the delivery. Pitch is true for a strike, a breaking ball. Over the inner half. And he's working in a hurry again, the pitch. Here's a strike, 1-2. Fastball at 94. He's ready immediately. Shakes his head no. Nods yes. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off a fastball. They came up and in on Bingaman there with the fastball at 94. Fouled it away. Tigers trying to get the timing down. Here's the 1-2. Foul ball. Do it again. Still a ball, 2 strikes. Ever since he came back to get McCrane, he fell behind Mason McCrane 3-0 to start the ball game. Threw 3 straight fastballs for strikes. Got the swing and miss strikeout, and he's been grooving. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a foul away off to the right side. Good swing by Bingaman. That was the slider sweeping away from him, but he reached out, got a piece of it. Tigers looking to start a 2-out rally here in the second, trailing 3-0 early. The pitch outside, maybe a little low, and it's 2-2. Sandifer thought he had the strikeout. He hopped off the mound. See if he makes a mistake on the very next pitch. Outfield plays straight away. Righty-righty matchup here. Bingham and Reddy's in the box, and here's the pitch. Outside, counts full. Steele would be next. There are 2 outs in the inning. Here's the payoff pitch to Bingaman. Foul ball right side. Another good cut. Staying alive. Guys are averaging about 6 pitches per at bat. Here's the delivery. Fly ball right field down the line. Slicing away. Foul. On the concrete walkway just at the bottom of the berm. Out of play. Kids go scrambling for the souvenir. And Bingaman hanging tough. This will be the 36th pitch for Sandifer. Here's the delivery. It's high. It's ball 4. Really good at bat by Bingaman. He kept staying alive. Finally got enough out of the strike zone. And he earned a free pass to first base. Now we'll see if Steele can move him along. 36 pitches through the first 6 batters of the game. Kind of patient approach. Got to pay off eventually. 3-0 Florida, top of the second. First pitch to Steele's down and in, ball 1. He evaluates the strike zone pretty well. He's 0 for 4 with a walk this weekend. 194 his average, a couple of homers, including Tuesday night against Alabama State. He's driven in 10. 1-0 pitch, nearly hit him, turned him around. It's 2-0. And a visit from Bowen, the catcher, out to Sandifer, try to settle him down. He thought he had strike 3 to Bingaman on a 1-2 pitch. Sandifer did a little hop step off the mound. But it was called ball 2. And after that, Bingaman fouled a few off. He missed with 2 more, walked him, and now he started Steele 2-0. And Bowen and Sandifer stopped talking for a few seconds before Michael Snover came out to hurry the meeting along. They just a little break to try and reset their junior right-hander. He's ready again, back on the rubber. Leans over, looks to first, now straightens up. 2-0 to Steele. Swing, line drive, foul down the right field line. What a swing by Steele. He was just a hair early. That would have got Bingaman home. That was headed for the corner for extra bases, but he was just a little bit early. He was ready, that's for sure. 2-1 the count to the Auburn catcher. Second year with the team after transferring in from Samford. Here's the 2-1. Off speed at the top of the zone. It's called a strike, 2-2. Sandifer from the stretch. He deals. Runner goes. Pitch is grounded to the first baseman. Stripling gloves it, takes it to the bag. Stripling has made the last 4 outs for Florida. Ground balls have found the first baseman here through the first 2 innings. No runs, no hits, a walk, no errors, and 1 left. But they've got a lot of pitches into Sandifer through the first 2 innings. It's 3-0 Florida through an inning and a half at Gainesville.
At Max, checking is built to make life easier from day one. You can get paid up to 2 days early with qualifying direct deposit, so your money is there when you need it. Plus, with the rewards program and dividend earning benefits, your everyday balance goes further. At Max, there are no unnecessary hurdles, no frustration, just real support and simple tools designed around you. Get started at mymax.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
This broadcast of Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Cook's Pest Control and the Centricon system. You don't have to live with termites.
3-0 Florida. Gators come to bat in the bottom of the second. They got a 3-run homer from Blake Sear, his 3rd home run in as many games in the first inning. The bottom third of their order due up here against Petrovic in the second. Curlin, Stanford, and Yost. Second inning is presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Got A-Day today at Jordan-Hare Stadium. About 2.5 hours from now, the fun will start. Andy Burcham, Jason Campbell, Ronnie Brown, Brett Edens, Jeff Shearer, Jacob Hillman, all there to bring you coverage starting at 2 o'clock today from Jordan-Hare. Here Curlin stands in, veteran right-handed hitting second baseman. He has a couple hits on the weekend. And the first pitch is a breaking ball. They check. Jeremy Dupree at first says he didn't go. Pretty good pitch. Breaking ball nearly came in the front door. Petrovic, 21 pitches in the first inning. He fires. He gets a swing and a miss. Fastball in on Curlin, and he couldn't bring those hands in. 1-1 the count. Curlin very consistent, batting .253 overall, .255 in SEC games. A couple of homers, 14 driven in on the year. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball. Again, they go inside, too far in there. It's 2-1. Outfield plays him to pull a couple steps, and he drives one to left center. Long run, Bub Terrell. He's over, and he runs it down. Just graceful gliding to the ball in a wide open area in left center field. Now, Bub was shaded a couple steps toward left center anyway, but it looked effortless. So he glided over there to get the first out of the inning. Fly out for Curland. And Cole Stanford, the hitter, the DH. Half a dozen homers on the year. He's batting .214. Good pop when he runs into one. The pitch, strike one. But in the league, he's hitting .136. He's 0 for 7 this weekend. He struck out 3 times. Auburn shifts against it. 3 infielders on the left side of the diamond, and there's one right back up the middle to Rembert, right to it. Throw to first for the out. Had him positioned perfectly. And now here's Hayden Yost. Quiet start to the bottom of the second. Petrovic will try to keep it that way. Be good for Alex to sort of settle in after that first inning. Find a groove the rest of the way. Guevara comes in on the edge of the grass at third and well off the line. So the left-handed hitting Yost. First pitch to him, floats in there for a strike, 0-1. Yost, 2-11 on the year. He's played in about half of their games. The pitch. Fastball missed inside, 1-1. Their regular right fielder went down with an injury a couple of weeks ago, and so Yost has played about 2/3 of the games since then. He started all 3 games in right this weekend. 1-1 pitch. Popped up left side, foul ground, tough play. Guevara over, and he gives way, and then McCrane does not make the catch in foul ground. I guess Guevara heard McCrane coming in behind him. The two of them are talking now in foul territory as they walk back to their spots. It would have been a really tough play, just a floating foul ball running away from both of them. It's a foul ball. It's a second strike to Yost. And now with 2 strikes, Auburn goes into the full shift. Guevara in the normal short position. McCrane is over where Rembert would normally be. Here's the pitch. This is outside, 2-2. And Rembert in shallow right field, about 15 feet. Madrigal, about 4 feet off the line at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on the pitch. Yost swings and misses at 1, dropping down, and the inning is over. Good work by Alex Petrovic to come back and get the Gators in order in the second. We head to the third. It's 3-0 Florida.
Spring turkey season is on the horizon, and Winter Timber Outdoors has everything you need to tag out that big gobbler. Check out our huge selection of turkey shotguns and ammo, along with top shelf decoys from Higdon and Dave Smith to fool 'em every time. A killer lineup of turkey calls from Bo Brooks, Houndstooth, Woodhaven, Rolling Thunder, Double Down, and Cluck. Whatever style you run, we've got it. And gear up for the woods with the newest apparel, vests, and boots from Sitka, Grounded, and Crispy. Elevate your adventure at Winter Timber Outdoors in Auburn.
Hello, everybody. This is Bill Cameron from The Drive, reminding you that if you ever miss part of our show weekday afternoons from 4 to 6, you can listen to the podcast. After the show airs, the podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the ESPN 1067 app, or ESPNAU.com in our podcast center. Podcasts of The Drive are presented by Southeastern Industrial Contractors, now hiring for great paying skilled trade positions.
The Drive on ESPN 1067.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
McCrane, Terrell, and McCrane due up for Auburn here in the third inning. It's the top of the third, and the third, as always, is presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say, dial 3 for me, 334-333-3333. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Tigers against Sandifer. Russell Sandifer. Let's see, SEC play. He started 3 straight outings. So before his 7 shutout innings 2 weeks ago, went 5 1/3 against Arkansas, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Before that, we'll get into it. First, the pitch to Brandon McCrane, underway in the third inning. Started him with a breaking ball, and he got the inside corner. 0-1. Started a midweek against Florida State. 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs. There's a fastball, fly to right center. Right fielder's over, Yost. He's got it for the out. 1 away in the third for the number 9 hitter, Bub Terrell. Sandifer has not walked more than 2 in any outing this year. And the 5 runs he gave up at Georgia in relief are the most he's given up in an outing this year. He'd only given up 8 runs before that 5. Terrell 0 for 6 on the weekend. He shows bunt, doesn't offer at it, and it misses high, 1-0. Bub's average at 283. He has 8 home runs. He's driven in 25. Surowick now comes in on the edge of the grass at third. Here's the 1-0. Bub takes high again. 2 balls, no strikes. And they've had a good plan against him this weekend. Working middle in with breaking balls. Here's the 2-0. It's a called strike, 2-1. Infield plays the left-handed hitting center fielder to pull the pitch from Sandifer. Swinging a chopper to the right side. Another ground ball to the right. Second baseman scoops this one up, throws on for the out. Auburn is on top of the ball so far here today. Back to the top of the order, and Mason McCrane. He struck out to lead off the ball game, got ahead in the count 3-0, and then Sandifer threw him 3 straight fastballs. Called strike, swinging strike, swinging strike. Here's the delivery. Bouncing ball to second base. Curlin scoops and throws, and that's a quick inning. First quick inning so far for Sandifer. Auburn goes quietly in the third. It's 3-0 Florida through 2.5.
At Butcher Paper Barbecue, we are committed to supporting our community. And in that commitment, we have begun our own local Dine to Donate program. We have already worked to raise money for several local organizations and nonprofits, and we would love to continue this work. If you are a part of a local nonprofit organization that would like to participate, please reach out to us at contact@butcherpaperbbq.com with any fundraising requests. Let's work together to build a community that we can all be proud of.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
This is Auburn Baseball on ESPN 106.7. Auburn Opelika's sports leader.
3-0 Florida. Gators come to bat in the bottom of the third, and they have the top of their order due up. It'll be Jones, Lawson, and Surwick. Gators got 3 in the first. Both teams retired the side, or both pitchers retired the side in order in the second. Other games in the SEC today. Georgia and Arkansas will finish their series with a rubber game in Fayetteville. One other game that's in progress now, Vanderbilt leads Kentucky 7-3 in Lexington. They're in the top of the third. And there's already 10 combined runs in that game. 7-3 Commodores on top. They're trying to even the series at a game apiece. Texas beat Alabama last night to win the opener of that series. They play today in about 20 minutes. Same start time for Mississippi State and South Carolina. Bulldogs took the first game last night. Georgia and Arkansas finished their series at 1 Central in Fayetteville. Here we go with the bottom of the third. First pitch, an off-speed pitch in for a strike to Jones, 0-1. Kyle Jones, strikeout victim in the first. Ole Miss beat Tennessee last night. They play game 2 at 3 o'clock today. Oklahoma beat Missouri to open their series. Sooners and Tigers go at 4 today in Norman. 0-1 pitch, fouled back to the screen. 0-2 on the Florida center fielder. And the latest starting game in the league is at 4:30 Central. That's LSU hosting Texas A&M. Aggies got the better of the Fighting Tigers last night to open that series in Baton Rouge. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball low, 1-2 to Jones. 1 for 8 on the weekend is Jones. A couple of strikeouts. Sun bears down on everybody, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. Lined into center field. Terrell is on. It'll drop in front of him. Solid single to center by Jones, and the leadoff man is on in the third on a 1-2 pitch. Not a bad pitch. Down, middle away. Jones just went down to get it, sent it to center. Good swing. And now let's see if he does any running. Brendan Lawson at the plate. A 4-pitch walk to him, his 4th walk of the weekend. Back in the first. Unique batting stance. He fouls the first pitch back. Feet pressed together. Front corner of the batter's box, left-handed box. And his hands up above his head. Holding the bat way up high. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the Florida shortstop with the shift on. Called strike on the inside corner. Well placed by Petrovic. It's 0-2. Jones bluffed. Didn't go. Wind blows out to right field. Petrovic straightens up, looks home. And his 0-2 pitch. Nope, throw to first instead, runner back. Bright blue skies, sunshine. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. It's high. Throw down to second is late. Runner comes off the bag, and he's out. Oh, he came off the bag, and McCrane kept the tag down, and Jones is out. And Kevin O'Sullivan comes out to argue that McCrane pushed him. Jones slid in safely. The throw from Steele was a one-hopper, but after the bounce, it landed right on the corner of the base. And so it was a very close play initially. And then Jones slid, lost contact with the bag. And Christopher Griffin right there to make the play. And he's explaining what he saw to the Florida skipper. Conversation continues. Kevin O'Sullivan much faster out of the dugout than he is on his mound visits. And he exits the field. Pitch was high to Lawson. The throw went down to second, a one-hopper. Yeah, Brandon didn't push him off. He just kept the glove there. Came off the bag, tag applied, he's out. Pretty simple play. So, one out, nobody on. Kevin O'Sullivan, he didn't get the answer he wanted from Christopher Griffin. Now he's going to go to Jeremy Dupree. It's like if one parent doesn't give you the answer that you want, you go to the other one to try to get a different answer. And that's not going to win any points from Christopher Griffin, who comes about halfway over from second. They are giving the Florida head coach a lot of time to state his case. And he was almost out on the original throw. And he very clearly comes off the bag. There's no question he comes off the bag. There's separation. There's a tag. He lost his balance standing up. They give Kevin O'Sullivan all kinds of time to bark and yell and say his piece, and he finally turns and walks back to the dugout. We'll see if he stays there this time. It looks like it. Count a ball and 2 strikes to Brendan Lawson. Petrovic threw a couple of pitches just to stay loose. Now is 1-2. Pop fouled off to the left, out of play. So erase the base runner. 2-6 caught stealing for the first out. Everybody plays Lawson to pull. Everybody wheeled around to the right. Here's the 1-2 from Petrovic. Oh, he just missed the inside corner. Very similar to the pitch that got him strike 2. Very similar. And now the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Low and inside, and the count's full. I think on the previous pitch, Lucas may have framed it too much. He might have moved his mitt too much. If he just holds it there, he might get the call. Maybe. Doesn't matter now. Here's the payoff pitch. And he chops it foul off his foot. Does Lawson. Takes a circular walk around the plate. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. It's 3-0 Florida. Lawson walked and scored in the first. He was on base on Sears' homer. The payoff pitch Called strike 3, inside corner. Off-speed pitch on the inside edge. Petrovic didn't get the call on the fastball a couple of pitches before. He goes right back to that inside corner and strikes out Lawson. Third strikeout for Petrovic. Second one looking. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. And here is Ethan Surowick. He bats with 2 out and nobody on. First pitch. Breaks outside 1-0. Boy, the pitch to Lawson had a little run back to the corner to get the call. There's a fly ball right field. Bingham, a long run over near the line. Still coming, still coming. It's off his glove in foul territory. A foul ball. Bingham got all the way there. It got the glove, but then fell to the turf. Strike 1 to Surowick. It's a ball and a strike. Pitch down the middle at the knees. He was right across the line and had come a long way. They're playing a couple of steps over toward left against the right-hand hitter. So Hookman had even further than if he was playing straight away. Here's the 1-1. A little bit low, 2-1. Surowick singled in the first. Ground ball base hit to the left side. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball in for strike 2. Three runs on 3 hits for Florida. No runs, no hits for Auburn. We're in the bottom of the third. 2-2 pitch. Little nubber back to the pitcher. Straight to Petro. He takes it, goes to the bag, throws to Madrigal, and that's the third out. So a leadoff single erased trying to steal, then a strikeout and a ground out, and the inning comes to a close. 3-0 Florida through 3 innings in Gainesville.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan Peck from The Drive. Weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on ESPN 106.7 and ESPNAU.com. Join Bill Cameron and me to get caught up on the biggest news in Auburn athletics and everything going on in the world of sports. We'll talk with the experts and we'll take your calls too. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll talk with Brian Matthews from AuburnSports.com. It's The Drive on ESPN 106.7 and ESPNAU.com.
Auburn trying to find the bats against Russell Sandifer, junior right-hander for the Gators. He has gotten below the bats for the Tigers through the first 3 innings. Auburn has 6 ground outs, 2 flyouts, and 1 strikeout. So they're making contact, but they're on top of the ball. And ground outs to the right side. 4 ground outs to the first baseman, 2 to the second baseman. Guevara, one of the 2 flyouts. He flied 1 to right back in the first inning. Tigers do not have a hit through 3. Guevara tries to change that here in the 4th. If you're looking for fresh seafood, let me tell you about Wharf Casual Seafood and all the seafood that they sourced from American Waters. Pitch to Guevara. They gave him the outside corner on the breaking ball. It's 0-1. If you're not a seafood fan, that's okay. They have burgers, salads, chicken, and more. Pitch misses low to EG. 1-1 to count. Wharf Casual Seafood, 6 locations across central Alabama. 3 runs on 3 hits for Florida. Here's the delivery. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Sandifer. Fouled away. Tried to climb the ladder on a fastball, get it in on the hands. It's fouled back. One and two. Pitch to Guevara. Swing and a miss. Down and away, and he went after it. 1 away in the 4th. And now Chase Freilich to the plate. He's grounded out to first. Chase steps in there. Fouled off 3 or 4 before rolling out to first base in his first at bat. He takes the ball outside, 1-0. Wind by Sandifer in the delivery. Hopped up, backing out of play, 1-1. Sandifer's pace of play, he is getting it, letting it rip. He's a couple of times slowed down, I think intentionally, for timing purposes. Otherwise, he's been in a groove. He's ready to rock and roll. Freilich taps the bat on the plate twice. Sandifer immediately to the wind. Pitch. Fouled back, and he lost his bat. Over on top of the Florida dugout, off the net and into the Gator dugout. So the ball went back out of play, and the bat went flying off to the right. And they'll give him a little spray to help with the adhesion. And he'll come back and climb back in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 strikeouts for Sandifer through 3 1/3. He has not given up a hit. He pitched 7 shutout innings and only 2 hits allowed in his last start 2 weeks ago. The wind and the 1-2. High and inside and off the mitt of Bowen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 57 pitches for the Florida starter. He was at around 40 after 2 innings. Had a quick third. And now here's the 2-2 to Freilich. Swing and a line drive right field. On comes Yost. He dives. He makes the catch. First ball that Auburn has squared up and hit hard today. A sinking liner, and Yost made the catch for the second out. That's a good play. And 2 gone here in the 4th. 6 in a row retired by Sandifer since the walk to Bingham, and that's Auburn's only base runner today. Pitch to Rembert, misses down and away. He had shown bunt, 1-0 the count. Tigers trying to find some way to get it going offensively. One-0. Fouled off the end of the bat, 1-1. Such quick bat speed from Rembert. Starts and gets through the swing in a hurry. 1-1 pitch. Up and in, backs him up, 2-1. The limbo action there from the sophomore from Pensacola. Righty-righty matchup, the 2-1 pitch. Chopper to third, and it's off the glove of Surowick. No play. He tried to play the short hop. The second hop, a short one, and that ate him up. Off the glove of Surowick. It kicked over toward Lawson at short, but no play on Rembert. And they will give Surowick an error. So Auburn is still looking for its first hit. And Eddie Madrigal to the plate. 2-out base runner for the Tigers. They got a 2-out walk in the second inning. Trying to do something with this one here in the 4th. Madrigal grounded to first his first time. He takes ball 1. low. Madrigal, no homers. He's driven in 2. Couple of walks and a double on the weekend, and Kevin O'Sullivan is out. He is moseying out. Auburn, during this break in the action, trots Marcel Kulik out to the bullpen. Kevin O'Sullivan meets with his infield. Nobody throwing for the Gators. And it's a fairly short conversation. Florida head coach on his way back to the dugout. Seeing some videos back home of Tiger Walk, and if that Tiger Walk is any indication, there will be a big crowd today at Jordan-Hare Stadium for the A-Day game. Here's the 1-0 to Madrigal. Swing and a miss. Throw him a changeup. Eddie was early, 1-1 the count. Sandifer straightens up, works from the stretch. Hasn't had to do that much today. He gets a called second strike. And now he's ahead of Madrigal, a ball and 2 strikes. It was 1-0 and then a meeting to the mound, and he's thrown 2 straight strikes to get ahead in the count. If he comes back with that changeup here. Madrigal ready. Sandifer ready. The pitch. Bounced up there. Low inside, 2-2. Bowen came up out of the crouch, looked Rembert back to first. Sandifer comes set. He fires. Runner goes. Pitches line on a hop to the second baseman. Curlin gloves and throws. It's another ground out, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left for Auburn. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 3-0 Florida.
1907. Auburn had no paved roads, no local newspaper, a few automobiles, very little electricity or indoor plumbing, and 1 bank, Auburn Bank. For all these years, we've had a part in shaping and serving Auburn, Opelika, and East Alabama, a steadfast partner to our customers, meeting financial needs at just the right times. How do we know our community so well? Because we've grown up together. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
We move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Middle third due up for Florida against Alex Petrovic. Gators lead 3-0 on a 3-run homer by Blake Sear in the 1st inning. And before this bottom of the 4th gets underway, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN 106.7, WGZZ HD3 Waverly, and W294AR Auburn Opelika.
Brandon Gergley in our ESPN 106.7 studios. I'm Brad Law from Condren Family Ballpark in Gainesville. 3-0 Florida in a rubber game of this series. Carson Bowen's 0-for-1. He flied to center his first time. Well struck, but it hung up long enough for Bub Terrell to go get it. A-Day coverage 2 hours from now at Jordan-Hare. Pitch from Petrovic. Fouled straight back. 0-1 the count. Voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, leading our A-Day coverage. He just sent a picture from Jordan-Hare. Folks are already filing into the stadium. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed. Beautiful breaking ball, tailing away from Bowen, one of the best he's thrown today. And it's 0-2 to the Florida catcher. Sear waits on deck. Here's the 0-2 to Bowen. Popped up, off the hand, right side. Rembert, shallow right field, puts it away. 0-2 jam shot there. Bowen retired for the first out in the fourth. And now here's Sear. He's driven in 7 runs this weekend with 3 home runs, a pair of 3-run shots, one Thursday and one here today. It's the only scoring in the game so far. First pitch to the right-handed hitting left fielder is hit on the ground to third on a hop. Guevara gloves, throws, high, tag, out. Nice play there. Hit on one short hop to Guevara. He didn't glove it cleanly. It popped out of the glove, but he went down to get it and then threw high to Madrigal, who leaped, caught, tagged in one motion. And a quick 2 outs. Landon Stripling, the hitter, he flied to center his first time. Really nice play by Madrigal over at first. He caught and looked to make sure he was putting the tag in the right place. First pitch to Stripling is low, ball 1. 3-0 Florida, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth inning. Petrovic comes set. He fires. And it's a tapper right back to Petro. A check swing tapper. Alex runs 2/3 of the way and then underhand tosses to Madrigal, and that's the inning. Petrovic's given up just 1 hit since that first inning. 3 up, 3 down, go the Gators in the fourth. We are through 4 on a sunny Saturday in Gainesville. Florida leads Auburn 3-0.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Opelika Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery. Carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan Peck from The Drive. Weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on ESPN 1067 and ESPNAU.com. Join Bill Cameron and me to get caught up on the biggest news in Auburn athletics and everything going on in the world of sports. Coming up on Wednesday's show, we'll talk with Jason Caldwell from Auburn Undercover, plus Tiger Takes. Don't miss it. It's The Drive on ESPN 1067 and ESPNAU.com.
Bingaman, Steele, and McCrane due up for Auburn in the top of the 5th inning, trailing Florida 3-0. And Sandifer has thrown quite a few pitches for 4 innings of work, but he hasn't given up a hit. A 2-out walk and a 2-out error. The only base runners for Auburn so far. Sandifer's thrown 66 pitches. Whether you're planting a tree or tackling a backyard project, don't risk a penalty. You need to contact Alabama 811 before you start digging, so you can get your underground utilities marked for free. They'll spray paint those lines there. Visit al811.com or call 811. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. First pitch to Bingaman, misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. And Sandifer's fallen behind a lot today for a guy who's not given up a hit. Falls behind Bingaman 2-0. Breaking ball, never a strike. Wound up the back of the left-handed batter's box. 6, 7, and 8 hitters against the junior righty. Sandifer ready, steps and fires. Ground ball, deep to third, knocked down. Surwick picks it up, throws, but he's got no shot. And that's going to likely be the second error of the game, charged to the Florida third baseman. Surwick played back. He went back to play it on the second hop and then just dropped it. So a leadoff error. Bingham's aboard for the second time today. Lucas Steele grounded out to first his first time. First pitch. There goes Bingham. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. He's safe. Stolen base, Ethan Bingham, his third of the year. Time called. Is Florida going to challenge? Doesn't look like it. So stolen base, Ethan Bingham, his third of the season. Pitch was a strike to Steele. It's 0-1. Oh, yeah, he beat it with the right leg. Pitch to Steele, drops low, off-speed delivery, 1-1 the count. So Auburn with a man in scoring position for the first time today. And the wind blows out toward left. Delivery. Low, gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Bingham to advance. 2-1 the count. Got Brandon McCrane on deck, Bub Terrell behind him, bottom of the order in the fifth. With Bingham at second and nobody out. 2-1 pitch to the Auburn catcher. Steele takes it high, 3-1. Sandifer's pace a little more slowed. .73 pitches for the right-hander who straightens up out of the stretch, comes set at the chest and deals. And misses outside. That's ball 4. Lucas Steele draws a walk, an error, a stolen base, and a walk. And now Brandon McCrane comes to the plate. McCrane, 1 for 9 on the weekend. He flied out to right his first time. Looks into the dugout, gets a sign from Gabe Gross. Would Auburn try to bunt these guys over with McCrane? Let's see. Florida thinks possibly they bring the third baseman in on the grass. McCrane takes a strike off the outside corner, 0-1. He was showing bunt. Didn't offer at it. He thought it outside, but Michael Snover gets paid to call it, so 0-1 the count. Runners lead from first and second. Pitch, McCrane, not bunting that time. He takes it outside near the same spot. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can Auburn finally break through against Sandifer? This would be a great time for the first hit of the game for the Tigers. Play McCrane to go the other way and left in center field. The pitch. Pop foul back out of play. Right fielder Yost playing straight away. Count now a ball and 2 strikes to Auburn's number 8 hitter. McCrane's driven in 15 runs this year. Sandifer ready again. Here's his pitch. Ground ball, third baseman gloves, goes to second. 4-1, on to first. Would have been late anyway, but it pulled Stripling off the bag. So they get the force of Steele at second and nothing else. If Surowick has it to do all over, I wonder if he'd go to third and then throw to first. Maybe not. He had a long way to go to get there. McCrane with good speed. Fielder's choice for him. He's at first. Bingham at third. And Steele is the first out of the inning at second. So 1 out. Runners at the corners. Bub Terrell, the batter. Got a big hole on the right side as they hold McCrane on. Would Auburn consider running him to try to stay out of a double play? Try to get the ball in motion. Florida thinks maybe they throw over to first. McCrane has a dozen stolen bases. He's not been caught this year. So Auburn's best opportunity so far today to score. We're in the top of the 5th. It's 3-0 Gators. Sandifer ready. He deals. And he misses high. 1 ball, no strikes to Bub. Terrell rolled out to second in his first at bat. Butch Thompson talked about kind of talented player like Bub Terrell, kind of get it going on game 3 of a series. Pitch. Fouled straight back. It's 1-1. They've had a good plan against him. And he's not seen it well this weekend, but game 3, they believe in him. And he's got a chance here in that number 9 hole to come through. Runners at the corners, 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sandifer delivers. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and missed. They bluff the throw to second, but McCrane steals the bag without a throw. And now the count of 1-2 strikes to Terrell. A base hit would score a couple. Mason McCrane waits on deck. Sandifer ready. The 1-2 to Terrell. Nearly hit him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball running in. Bingaman at third. McCrane at second. 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Terrell grounds it foul off to the right. He made contact, stayed alive. .63 pitches for the starter, Sandifer. He comes set. He comes home. Swing and a fly ball right field. Yost is over, still going. He dives. He makes the catch. Unbelievable catch. In right field, near the line for the second out. Tagging and scoring is Bingaman. McCrane did not tag from second. He stays there. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Terrell and a dynamic play, a sliding catch by Yost in right to take away plenty. Another run, and he gets an out, and the first pitch to McCrane is a called strike, 0-1. Just a sensational catch. It took Yost all the way into the corner. 0-1 to McCrane. Way upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. I think I said 63. It was 83 pitches before. He's up to 86 here in the 5th inning. 2 outs, a ball and a strike to McCrane. Pitch. Mason takes it. It was low and in. Bounced up there. Caught by Bowen on the skip hop, and now it's 2-1. McCrane 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. He started 0 for 2 last night before homering in back-to-back at-bats. First Auburn player this year to homer in back-to-back at-bats. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. He was early in a changeup. And now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Sandifer looks to second, comes home. It's low, ball 3. Can you get to Guevara? 3-1 our score in the 5th. A 2-run ball game nearing the halfway point. Time called. Bowen, the catcher, goes to talk to Sandifer. Yost, the right fielder, just like Sear, took away extra bases and a couple of runs in the first inning of Thursday's game. He made a sliding catch in right just now to take away another run from the Tigers. Would have been a 1-run game with Bub at second with 1 out. Instead, it's a 3-1 ball game, and the count now 3-2 with 2 outs to McCrane. Sandifer ready. His payoff pitch. Here it is. A line drive past the first baseman into right field. Base hit, Mason McCrane. He'll bring in older brother Brandon, and we've got us a one-run game in Gainesville. It's 3-2. A 2-out, 2-strike rope to right from Mason McCrane. RBI number 28 this season for the true freshman. And it's 3-2. And that'll be the last batter Sandifer faces. Kevin O'Sullivan on his way out. Eric Guevara, a chance to bat in the fifth with 2 outs and a runner at first. Auburn has plated 2. They finally got through, and the first hit of the game for the Tigers is an RBI single for McCrane to draw Auburn back to within 1. And Florida makes a Pepper Tree pitching change. For a new level of taste, Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection, the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery, and online, steaksandwine.com. Steaks, the letter N, wine.com. Florida Gators make a Pepper Tree pitching change.
When game day hits, you want to be right where it matters. Close to campus, close to the action, and close to your college student. At the residences at Arbor Lake, you get the perfect space to cheer, visit, and make every trip feel like a homecoming. Offering easy access to campus and relaxing getaway whenever you visit. Call 334-521-7290 for more information about the residences at Arbor Lake, a 55-plus apartment community. Score comfort, score convenience, score your home court at the residences at Arbor Lake.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Florida. They go to left-hander Ernesto Lugo Canchola. Second time Auburn has seen him this weekend. Lugo Canchola, 6'5", 235, graduate player, a transfer out of Utah in the Northwest Nazarene Community College. He's originally from Pleasant Grove, Utah. Lugo Canchola, 1-0 with a 4.21 earned run average. 19 appearances, leads the team. 25 2/3 innings. 21 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 8 walks, 36 strikeouts. He's given up 3 doubles, 5 home runs. That's the most on the team. He's thrown 5 wild pitches. Teams are batting .214 against Ernesto Lugo Canchola. Friday, he pitched an inning and a third. Thursday in the opener. An inning and a third, gave up 1 hit, struck out 2. He threw 18 pitches Thursday. So the Tigers saw him fewer than 48 hours ago. Madrigal doubled against him. And the first pitch to Guevara misses low for ball 1. So Eric Guevara at the plate with McCrane at first and 2 outs. Big hole on the right side if Guevara could go the other way. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to left. Back goes Sear. Warning track. He's got it. Oh, boy, Guevara put a charge in it. But Sear had room on the track. Auburn just missed a lead. But the Tigers finally poke enough holes in Sandifer and get him out of the ballgame in the 5th inning. 2 runs for Auburn, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 walk, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 5th in Gainesville. It's a 1-run ballgame, 3-2 Florida.
Is YOLO your financial strategy? You know what we're talking about. Taking those last-minute trips, impulse buying on TikTok Shop instead of sleeping, and treating DoorDash like a BFF, all while having no budget or real control of your money. It's time to reset. Max gives you free budgeting tools, access to paychecks up to 2 days early, effortless ways to save, and simple tools to stay on top of your spending with mobile app alerts. Start taking control of your money with Max Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
This is Auburn Baseball on ESPN 106.7. Auburn Opelika's sports leader.
Alex Petrovic has given up just 1 hit since a 3-run first inning. He goes to work in the bottom of the 5th with the game as close as it's been since the first. It's 3-2 Florida, and the Gators have the bottom of their order due up. Since giving up the 3-run homer to Blake Sear, Petrovic has given up 1 hit. That was a single to Jones to start the 3rd. He was then erased trying to steal 2nd. Now Curlin, flied out to left center his first time. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, popped up, shallow left. That's got a little more carry on it than I thought. He hit that off the hands all the way out to deep left. And McCrane is able to get it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Boy, the ball has more carry out to left than we realized. Wish Guevara's had a little more carry to it. Rarity here today, a cloud found the ballpark. Gave everybody a break for about 45 seconds. Now it rolls on out of the way, and Cole Stanford steps in. He takes a pitch just off the inside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Stanford grounded out to second into the shift. Rembert now a couple steps to the left of the bag at second and on the edge of the outfield grass. 1-0 pitch. Right through there for a strike, 1-1. 22 pitches or 21 in the first inning for Petrovic. 38 since then, 39 since then, misses down to Stanford. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning presented by Southern Union. Petrovic comes set, fires. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. Dropped right through there. Stanford couldn't catch it. It's 2-2. Move seamlessly to Auburn to complete your bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates. 2-2. Low, 3-2. Full counts today for Petrovic, just 1 other. He struck out Lawson on a 3-2 pitch in the 3rd. Now he's gone 3-2 to the Florida DH. Here's the pitch. Fastball, didn't give him the outside corner. Auburn dugout wondering where that is. But it's a 1-out walk to Stanford. So the number 8 hitter batting about $130 in the league draws a 1-out walk. Here's Hayden Yost. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. Appreciate their partnership with the Auburn Sports Network. Here's Yost. He was the hero defensively last inning. Helped preserve the Florida lead with a big catch sliding across the foul line in right. First pitch to him here. Straight through there, strike 1. Yost struck out in the 2nd. 1 of 3 strikeouts for Petrovic. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. 3 runs, 3 hits for Petro. 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the 5th inning. The delivery, swing and a miss at a big sweeping breaking ball. And it's 0-2. And with 2 strikes, Auburn goes into the shift. From the stretch, throw to first. This road trip continues. Auburn's back home tonight. Got an extra day to rest up and prepare. Tigers will go to the Hoover Met Tuesday against Samford. 6 o'clock start. So all of our Birmingham friends Come see us. The pitch. Low. Drops at Steele's feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Would love to see a big crowd out there at the Hoover Met Tuesday night at 6. Should be pleasant weather. Good chance to catch these Tigers, hopefully off a comeback series winner. 1-2 pitch to Yost. Here it is. Little tapper foul to the right. To him an off-speed pitch. Yost early, but held back enough to keep the at-bat going. And then the Tigers are at home for their last 3 games until the last series of the year. Oklahoma in town, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series next weekend. Pitch to Yost. Called strike 3. Fastball at 94 from Petro. Petro with the petrol at 94 miles an hour at the knees. 4th strikeout for Petrovic. And he's gotten Yost twice. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Back to the top of the order, and Kyle Jones. Jones singled. Was thrown out after he tried to steal second in the 3rd inning. He struck out in the 1st. First pitch to him misses outside, 1-0. Stanford at first hasn't tried to run a lot. He's 1 for 1. Has not attempted a stolen base in the league. 3-2 our score. Auburn trails, bottom of the 5th. Pitch to Jones. Fastball misses low, 2-0. 70 pitches now for the Auburn redshirt sophomore. And a left-hander throwing in the bullpen for the Tigers. Delivery. Fouled away right side. 2-1. Other games on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Vanderbilt leads Kentucky 7-4 through 4 in Lexington. Commodores trying to even up that series. 2-1 pitch to Jones. Fly ball right center, tailing away from Terrell, but over toward Bingaman. And Ethan runs it down in right center for the 3rd out of the inning. So Lawson will lead off the 6th. In the 5th, no runs, a walk, no hits, no errors, and 1 stranded for Florida. We are through 5. We got a good one going here in the rubber game. Auburn trails Florida 3-2.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan Peck from The Drive. Weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on ESPN 106.7 and ESPNAU.com. Join Bill Cameron and me to get caught up on the biggest news in Auburn athletics and everything going on in the world of sports. Coming up on Tuesday's show, we'll talk with Andy Burcham, the voice of the Auburn Tigers, plus Jake Crane in hour number 2. Don't miss it. It's The Drive on ESPN 106.7 and ESPNAU.com.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Ernesto Lugo Canchola back out there. He got the fly out from Guevara to deep left to end the 5th. He'll get Freilich, Rembert, and Madrigal here in the 6th with the Tigers trailing 3-2. Listen to All Things SEC. It's quite a claim. All Things SEC, including live games and SEC this morning. Tune in to SiriusXM SEC Radio Channel 364. It's also streaming on the SiriusXM app. Looking back, Lugo Canchola gave up a single to Freilich when he entered the ball game in the 7th inning in Thursday's game, and then he got 4 in a row to end his outing. He gets Freilich to start this inning, and Chase pops it up. Shallow left. In comes Sear. He's got it. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 6th. chase in attack mode there, but he got under it. A couple of fly outs against Lugo Canchola. They went straight from Lugo Canchola to Reitner, their closer, Thursday. Here's Rembert. First pitch, outside corner and then some for a strike, 0-1. Chris reached on an error by the third baseman his first time, or rather last time up. Grounded out to first his first time, 0 for 2. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. We'll see a little more out of the hard-throwing left-hander. Another player with experience. A lot of seniors and graduate players on this team for Kevin O'Sullivan. Rembert shows bunt and takes its wild up and away, 2-1. Can Lugo Canchola carry it another 2 innings and then Reitner finish it off the last 2? Can the Tigers chop away at him? 2-1, off speed, missed outside, 3-1. Madrigal waits on deck. Rembert's got to be looking middle in here, and if he doesn't get it, lay off. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He did lay off, and it was on the outside corner, 3-2. Well, since the first or second inning, the strike zone has expanded a little bit, and that's just going to be there right on the outside. Maybe even another half a ball length or so. But if it's a strike, it's a strike. And now the 3-2 to Rembert. Fly it off to the right side. That's going to drift out of play. Onto the berm, grassy hillside beyond the blue chairback seats. Count still full. Hey, it looks better from the center field camera than it looks from behind the plate, that outside corner. We'll cut him some slack. Here's the payoff pitch due the Auburn second baseman. Fouled back. He just got a piece of the hanging breaking ball. And Chris would like to have that one back. Might have been a little up, but he could do some damage on that if he gets it again. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 6th. Tigers trail 3-2. Down 1 with just 1 hit in the game, and we're in the 6th pitch. Swing and a fly ball off to the right, out of play. Fly ball, foul ball off to the right. Still 3-2. Second time to see a pitcher on a weekend. Typically, Auburn has done well in these situations. Lugo Canchola leading arm out of the bullpen for the Gators. Another 3-2 to Rembert. Foul ball again. Rembert taking the fight to him. Grad player versus sophomore. And another 3-2 from the lefty to the righty is on the way. Fly ball, right center field. On comes Jones. That's going to drop. Rembert stayed with it, and then singled to right center field. It just kept tailing away from Jones as he tried to make his approach in center field. It dropped just a few feet in front of him. Rembert found a spot and won the battle. After several foul balls with 2 strikes, he finally got the better of Lugo Canchola there. A 1-out base hit. Second hit of the day for the Tigers, tying run at first. Madrigal to the plate. Couple of ground ball outs for Eddie today. Lefty-lefty matchup. Madrigal takes ball 1 outside. After throwing 18 pitches Thursday, how far can Lugo Canchola go? Play him to pull on the infield. Big hole on the left side. Madrigal takes an off-speed pitch up and in. It's 2-0. I'd be tempted to make him throw another strike here. Madrigal digs in that left-handed batter's box. He's driven in 2 runs this year. They bunch up the middle, holes on the left and right of the infield, and he takes a big swing at a high fastball and fouls it straight back. 2-1. 3-2, Tigers trail. Rembert at first. 1 out, top of the 6th. From the stretch. Here's the pitch. Pitch was high with a fastball. And now it's 3-1 to Madrigal. Rembert fouled away several, 3-1, 3-2. Especially with 2 strikes. Now we'll see what Madrigal does with a 3-1 count. There is a right-hander starting to throw in the bullpen for Florida. He's just getting loose. 3-1. Fouled back. Wicked cut it, a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Lugo Canchola's had to work hard against Rembert and Madrigal, back-to-back hitters after Fralick popped out on the first pitch. A single by Rembert, and now 3-2 to Madrigal. Chris gets his lead at first. Payoff pitch on the way home. Fly ball, right center. Right fielder Yost is over. He's got it. 2 away, and now here's Ethan Bingaman. Bingaman's been on base twice. He has walked, he's reached on an error, he has stolen a base, and he has scored. And Kevin O'Sullivan briskly meanders out to the mound. And will he make the call? The right-hander hasn't been warming up in a hurry. This could be strategy with how to pitch Bingaman, who has done well this weekend. His error as a result of grounding it very hard to third his last time. It was off of Serwick's glove. And it is just a strategy session. They're going to talk about how to pitch to Bingaman with 2 outs and a runner at first. The right-hander who is starting to warm up is Ricky Reith. We saw him first out of the bullpen Thursday. Tigers got to him for a couple of runs in Thursday's series opener. But it's still Lugo Canchola here against Bingaman. First pitch to Ethan. Sharply foul off to the left. Good cut on the first thing he saw from the Florida reliever. Bingaman faced Lugo Canchola here Thursday, struck out on 3 pitches. Third strike was looking. Bingaman, 2 for 8 on the weekend. Here's the 0-1. Nope, here's the throw to first. Rembert's dancing around out there, just trying to do anything to divide Lugo Canchola's attention. He was the Division II Pitcher of the Year a season ago. Off the left side of the rubber is 0-1 to Bingaman, is in for a strike. Off speed, caught the top of the zone. And now Ethan's in a hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Well, McCrane had an RBI single with 2 strikes last inning and 2 outs. Can Bingaman find a way to extend this inning? Here's the throw to first. Rembert back. They play Bingaman to pull on the infield. Huge hole on the right. If he gets something away from him, he stick the bat out there and get a hit. Here's the 0-2. Nope, runner goes. Runner left early, and they got him. Throw to first, down to second for the out. Rembert left early, and Bingaman will lead off the 7th. 1-3-4 on the out, and Rembert is out to end the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left for Auburn. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still 3-2 Florida.
Looking for a home service company you can truly trust. Affordable Comfort Cooling System Plumbing and Electrical is a Christian-owned business built on faith, honesty, and dependable service. For air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical maintenance and repairs, ACCS Plumbing and Electrical keeps your home comfortable year-round. You'll get honest advice, fair pricing, and quality work done right the first time. No pressure, no shortcuts, no surprise charges. Visit ACCSAuburn.com. ACCS Plumbing and Electrical. Comfort you can count on.
A proud Ream dealer.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
Thank you, Coach. We're back in Gainesville, bottom of the 6th. It's 3-2. Tigers have trailed since the bottom of the 1st. Florida got 3 runs on a walk, a single, and a 3-run home run by Blake Sear, his 3rd of the weekend. It's kind of your recap to this point. Auburn put 2 on the board in the 5th, and that's all the scoring. 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Lawson, Surowick, and Bowen. 2, 3, and 4 hitters against Alex Petrovic. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins. More ways to win. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. 72 pitches in the blazing Florida sun for Petrovic as he opens up the bottom of the 6th. Lawson has walked and scored, and he has struck out. 4 walks and 3 runs scored for Lawson this weekend. Petrovic starts him with a fastball on the inner half for strike 1. Lawson 0 for 1 today, 2 for 8 on the weekend, a couple of sharp singles. Breaking ball hit on a hop to Rembert, 2 bounces in short right. In the shift, played him perfectly. He's hit it out. When he has made contact, he's hit it in Rembert's direction. Chris throws him out there for the first out in the 6th. Defensive positioning has been pretty solid for Auburn. Not just today. It's kind of a calling card. Carl Nonemaker handles defensive positioning. It's been good again this weekend. Here is Ethan Surowick. Surowick is 1 for 2. He has singled and bounced back to the pitcher. Whoa, first pitch curve. I'm not sure where that missed. 1 ball, no strikes. Good-looking pitch. Surowick singled in the 1st, was on base for Sears' homer. Another breaking ball. Petrovic went right back to it. That time got a foul ball off to the left. 1-1. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Florida. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Auburn. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Threw him a change. Surowick missed every stitch. It's 1-2. Petrovic has been really good since that home run. Here's the delivery. Missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He threw Sear a 1-0 changeup that just broke right over the middle of the plate. Sear sent it over the left field wall. 3-2 the score in the 6th, the pitch. Fastball back up the middle to Rembert. Pats the glove, throws to first for the out. Did that get Petrovic on the way by? A glancing blow? Boy, it was close. A rocket back up the middle, but again, Tigers had him played well. 2 up, 2 down. Carson Bowen, the catcher, to the plate. He's put it in the air twice. Once to center, once to right. Pitch to him. Just a little high. 1-0. Petrovic and Steele working well together again. First time in 3 weeks. That combo has worked as the battery. Pitch called strike, outside corner, 1-1. Two outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 6th, 3-2 ball game. Petrovic's 82nd pitch. Missed down and away. 2-1. Florida 10-7 in conference play. Auburn 9-8. Big jumble of teams. Got a feeling it's going to be that way all the way to the end. Here's the 2-1. Missed low and outside again with a breaking ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. That's only the second 3-ball count he's gone to since the 3rd. We're now in the 6th. Petrovic ready. 3-1 to Bowen. Fly ball right center field. On the run, Terrell jogs over, back a step, and he's got it for the out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Petrovic. Florida had been retired in order twice in the first 2 games of the series. Petrovic has done it 3 times today. We're through 6. Our score remains Florida 3, Auburn 2.
When I moved back home to East Alabama, I decided to start a home care business that would bless the village of seniors who helped raise me. Hello, I'm Molly Robinson, owner of Seniors Helping Seniors, East Central Alabama. At Seniors Helping Seniors, we lay the perfect foundation for a strong bond by hiring caregivers who are themselves seniors. Our care model is like getting a little help from a friend. You may reach us at 334-752-7070 or at shseastcentralall.com.
Hello, everybody. This is Dan Peck from The Drive. Weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on ESPN 1067 and ESPNAU.com. Join Bill Cameron and me to get caught up on the biggest news in Auburn athletics and everything going on in the world of sports. We'll talk with the experts, and we'll take your calls, too. Coming up on Thursday's show, we'll talk with Justin Ferguson from the Auburn Observer, plus David Pascal in hour number 2. It's The Drive on ESPN 1067 and ESPNAU.com.
This is Auburn Baseball on ESPN 1067. Auburn Opelika's sports leader.
Auburn Baseball is brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. Tigers trail Florida 3-2, and Auburn comes to bat in the top of the 7th. With their spacious cancer center, patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive. That's why East Alabama Health is Auburn's home field advantage. Brad Law in Gainesville, Brandon Gergley in our ESPN 1067 studios. Blessed to be with you today. Thank you for making Auburn baseball a part of your Saturday afternoon on ESPN 1067 in the Auburn-Opelika area, Auburn Athletics app, and the In the Booth cam on YouTube. In the Booth cam and the app, and radio stations throughout the state where you can find coverage of A-Day at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So a little more than an hour away. Fans are filing in now to Jordan-Hare Stadium. Here we go. Ethan Bingham was at the plate when Rembert was thrown out on the base paths to end the 6th. So Ethan starts the 7th, and he starts with a strike, 0-1. Off-speed pitch from Lugo Cancholas at 22 pitches today after throwing 18 in an inning and a third Thursday. Pitch to Bingham, foul off the end of the bat, back out of play, 0-2. He has seen nothing but strikes from Lugo Canchola. Struck out on 3 pitches Thursday, was 0-2 to him when Rembert was picked off, and then has started the 7th quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Graduate lefty looks home and fires. Popped up off the hands, shallow center field. Back goes Curlin, on comes the center fielder, right fielder, it's going to drop. Oh, it found an open spot in the outfield, just a bloop, a high bloop into shallow center. Curlin went out and then peeled off. And Yost came in and Jones came in, and neither the right fielder nor center fielder could get to it. And it drops, and Bingham is on. 3rd hit of the game for Auburn. First of the day for Bingham. The guy who runs well is at first, tying run aboard in the 7th. Just a jam shot that found some open grass. Here's the pitch. Steele pops up a bunt up the first base line. It drops foul, 0-1. And Joshua Reitner is also starting to loosen for Florida. If Lugo Canchola could get him through the 7th, you might see him try Reitner to finish out the game and get a 2-inning save. Surwick comes in on the grass at 3rd. The 0-1 to Steele. Again, he shows bunt. Again, he pops it up right side. Foul territory. And now he's in an 0-2 hole, and Lucas will be swinging away. Tried to get the bunt down, 0-0 and 0-1, could not do it, and now the captain will try to do business with 2 strikes to try to get Bingaman into scoring position for Brandon McCrane. Serwick still up on the grass at third. The pitch, swing, fly ball, left field. Sear comes on, he makes the catch. So there's the first out, and Bingaman stays at first. Ethan stole a base in the 5th inning. And now here's Kevin O'Sullivan. Might you see Reith against McCrane? Or are they just going to go right to Reitner and try to get him to go the last 2 2/3? The head coach gets the ball from Lugo Canchola. He's out of the ball game after giving up a couple of hits in an inning and 2/3. And it is another Pepper Tree pitching change for the Florida Gators.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Opelika Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery, carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
Life moves fast. Shouldn't your checking account keep up? Meet Explore Checking from Max Credit Union. No monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement. Enjoy perks like access to your paycheck up to 2 days early, earning rewards that can be turned into cash each time you spend with your Max debit card. Plus, with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app, managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
All right, Florida has gone to its closer, number 15, Joshua Reitner, 6'2", 210. Redshirt freshman from Tampa, an electric right-hander. Reitner this year is their unquestioned closer, 7 saves in 16 outings. He's 2-1 with a 3.74 earned run average, 21 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 9 runs, 12 walks, 35 strikeouts, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 4 hit batters, 3 wild pitches. Teams are batting just 179 against Reitner in SEC play. 8 outings, 4 saves, 1-1 with a 7.36. 11 innings, 9 runs, 9 hits, 9 walks, and 16 strikeouts. Couple doubles, couple of homers. He's hit 4 batters. So he has walked 9 and hit 4. He's given up 13 free bases in 11 innings in conference play. Teams hitting .214 against him. And he pitched here for Thursday and got the save. 1 inning, 1 hit allowed, 1 strikeout. He threw 17 pitches about 40 hours ago. Given his command and given the fact that he worked here Thursday, Tigers have got to be patient against him. And here is Brandon McCrane. And the throw to first was nearly too high for Stripling. Bingaman, the runner at first. He's the tying run in the 7th inning with 1 out. McCrane 0 for 2 today. He's reached on a fielder's choice, flied to right. He swings at the first pitch and misses, 0-1. It was a slider. It was going to be down. Number 8 hitter McCrane looking for his first hit of the game. The pitch. There's a strike, 0-2. Tigers trail 3-2, and it's getting late. 7th inning. Reitner's 0-2 pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is down and away. Throw to second against Bingaman. He's out. Tigers took a risk on a pitch down and away. And Auburn's going to challenge it. Throw short hopped the base, and it was to the right of the bag. We'll get another look at it here on the board. I don't know. Say what, the crowd's not convinced they threw him out. The throw short hopped the bag, and then the tag was applied on Bingham's back. Centralized replay, so they're looking at it from a lot of angles in Birmingham. I'm not so sure Ethan didn't get the left foot in there early. The tag was applied up on his, around his backside. Here comes the call. He is out. All right. So Bingaman thrown out, trying to steal second. That's the second out. Not Bowen's best throw, but the tag was a good one. And what's more, Curlin, the veteran second baseman, got the tag in quickly after he caught the ball, and McCrane waves and misses at one off the plate for strike three. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left for Auburn. Reitner came into the game and just squashed Auburn's opportunity in the seventh. Seventh inning stretch time, 3-2. Florida maintains the lead.
When game day arrives, you want to be right for advantage. Close to camp, close to your college student. With 6-month leases available, the Residences at Arbor Lake, designed for adults 55 and better, is your spring home base as you cheer on the Tigers and visit family all season long without the hassle of hotels. For more information, call 334-521-7290. That's 521-7290. A home run for comfort and convenience at the Residences at Arbor Lake.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Alex Petrovic back out there. He's been so good since the first inning, in which he gave up a walk, a single, and a homer. Since then, he has given up a single and a walk in the last 5 innings of work. He goes to work in the 7th against Sear, Stripling, and Curlin, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. 3-2, Florida leads it. And Sear has been the MVP. If the Gators win this series, he will be the reason why. Sear 1 for 2, the homer in the first, and he's also grounded out. First pitch misses low, 4-1. Yellowwood scoreboard, Mississippi State with a 1-0 lead at South Carolina. They're in the 4th inning in Columbia. Bulldogs trying to win the series with a win today. Vanderbilt in the bottom of the 6th leads Kentucky 7-4. Here's a strike to Sear, 1-1. Alabama leads Texas. In Austin, it's 1-0. They're in the top of the 4th there. Crimson Tide trying to even the series at a game apiece. Petrovic with a slider, and Sear just caught a piece of it, fouled it away. 1-2 the count. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for Florida, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 listed error for the Tigers. Nobody on, nobody out. Breaking ball, now there's 1 out. Called strike 3 to Sear. Perfect curve from Petrovic. And he freezes Sear for the first out in the 7th. Petrovic doing yeoman's work out there on a hot day. 87 pitches for Petrovic, 5 strikeouts. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Landon Stripling is flied to center and bounced back to the pitcher. He takes ball one. A little high. Petrovic plants and fires. Breaking ball for a strike. 1-1. Good curve again. If you wanted to, you could argue the difference in the ball game is the walk to Lawson in the first inning. Hits are even at 3 apiece. Here's the pitch. Just missed the outside corner, 2-1. Close but no cigar for the redshirt sophomore. Petrovic about to throw his 92nd pitch of the outing. Here it is. And it's popped up, left side, foul ground. I think that's going to carry on into the chair back seats, and it does. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Auburn has gotten the Florida closer into the game. Gator's going to ask him to get the last 8 outs of this game. He got 2 of those. We'll find out if the top of the order can get something going against him in the 8th. Here's the 2-2 to Stripling. Little tapper. Back to the pitcher again. Second time he's done that today. Underhand flip by Petrovic for the out. 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. 7 in a row retired by Petrovic since the walk to Stanford. Here's Kurland. He flied to left his last time up. He's flied out twice today. Wind blows out toward right. First pitch to the right-handed hitting second baseman. Missed low. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network.
ESPN 1067, WGZZ HD3 Waverly, and W294AR Auburn Opelika.
1-0 pitch, swing and a foul back. Fastball still running up there at 93. 1-1 the count with nobody on and 2 outs. At the bottom of the 7th. Rubber game of this top 10 series. It's been every bit what it was billed to be. Back and forth. Pitch. Off speed. Just missed inside. 2-1. Change up just off the inside edge. This has not been your typical series finale. 2-1. Tapped foul. 2-2. Normally you see bigger numbers in a finale. Here, 5 total runs, 6 total hits. Auburn's left 3 on base. Florida's only left 1. Petrovic has kept them off the base paths since that first inning. One more strike away from another 1-2-3 inning if he can get it. Here's the pitch to Kurland. Ground ball to third. Guevara charges, gloves, throws. He's got it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Petrovic, his 4th of the afternoon. Gators go quietly in the 7th. Tigers go back to work on offense, chipping away at the Florida closer when we come back to Gainesville. 8th inning is next. It's 3-2 Florida.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Opelika Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery. Carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
What's going on, everybody? Jacob Goetz here, host of On the Line on ESPN 1067. It's the show that tells you like it is and holds nothing back. And you better believe that I mean it. When we're talking about Auburn athletics plus the biggest sports topics in the country, give me a call 2 to 4 p.m. each weekday to be on the line and tell me what you have to say about the hottest topics in sports. That's On the Line from 2 to 4 p.m. here on the Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 1067.
Time 1 and 2 hitters for Auburn in the 8th inning against Joshua Reitner, this closer for Florida. He got the save in Thursday's series opener. He's back out there. They're asking him to get 8 outs for this save. He got 2 last inning. He got a strikeout of McCrane, and then Bingaman was thrown out trying to steal. And now he'll face Terrell, Mason McCrane, and Guevara in the 8th. Conecuh Sausage is the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Today's a great day for a Conecuh Sausage. It's a game day favorite, always great on the grill. You can pick up a pack at your local grocery store or visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama off I-65 at exit 96. Pitch to Terrell, swing, fly ball, right field, back goes Yost to the warning track, to the wall, it is gone! Bob ties the game! Bob Terrell's 9th home run of the year, and we got a fresh start, boys and girls, 3-3 in the 8th. It just got out over the right field wall. Terrell ambushed the first pitch of the inning, and we're all square at 3. How about that? And that's Auburn's 4th hit of the game. Mason McCrane stands in. He takes a strike, 0-1. 6th home run allowed this year by Reitner. Auburn is 24-0 this year when it out-hits the opponent. Pitch to McCrane. Fouled back. Go quickly on Mason. Boy, for a guy who has struggled all weekend long to come through in that spot, 0-2. Check swing, foul tip. Must have hit the dirt there. 1 ball. Or must have came out of the glove. Still 0-2. No, that's true. Okay. Or a timeout is called. Okay, still 0-2 the count. Ball popped out of the mid of Bowen, and Gabe Gross gets together with McCrane and with Eric Guevara. An offensive timeout called by the Tigers. Again, Bub Terrell. Man, they have faith in him. They pinch hit for him yesterday after his 6th straight at-bat without a hit to start the series and his 5th strikeout in 6 at-bats. They pinch hit for him yesterday, back in the lineup today in the 9-hole, and he gets that opportunity, and he comes through with a towering home run to right to tie the ball game. 0-2 to McCrane. Ground ball, first baseman. Jumped up on him, caught it about waist high on the hop. Stripling takes it to the bag for the out. And there's 1 away in the top of the 8th. Now here's Eric Guevara. Good time for him to get his first hit of the game. He's 0 for 3, a couple of flyouts and a strikeout. His last at bat, he hit it to deep left. Sear ran it down on the warning track. Reitner only 9 pitches so far. Quick contact for Auburn, and Guevara takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. He has thrown nothing but strike. He threw 1 ball to McCrane. That was it. Everything else has been a strike from the Florida closer, and he's ready to work quickly to Guevara, the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The delivery. Swing and a foul ball off to the left. Break. 90-mile-an-hour breaking ball from Reitner. He's ahead of Guevara, 1-2. Rocks and fires. And misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reitner, just a redshirt freshman. He has got electric stuff. Off the right side of the rubber, he's ready to go as soon as Guevara is, the 2-2. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Guevara's done a good job seeing it away the last 2 pitches. Auburn has tied the game in the top of the 8th on Bub Terrell's 9th home run of the year. Now 1 out, nobody on. 3-2 to Guevara. Ground ball right side and through. A base hit for Guevara, and he golfed that one. He went down to get it. And he keeps his hitting streak alive. 15-game hitting streak for the Auburn third baseman. 3-2 pitch, that was down. And a good at bat. He was behind a ball and 2 strikes. But he stayed down on it, collected the hit, Auburn's 5th of the game. Now Chase Fralick, runner at first. 1 out. Pitch, Chase popped it up. He went after the first pitch. Shallow left. Nobody sees it. Diving catch made by Sear. He throws back to first. And Guevara's back. Oh, man. Talk about tough luck for Auburn and a fine play by Sear. The wind was blowing it back in. You can't trust the wind in this ballpark the last 2 days. Wind was blowing it back in. Shortstop and third baseman went out. They didn't really have a good beat on it. And then Sear, at the last moment, lunged to his left, dived, and made the catch. 2 down. And Rembert to the plate. First pitch to Chris. Swing and a fly ball to right. Yost back in his tracks. Golly, Auburn's last 2 hitters went after the first pitch. And they both fly out, and the inning is over. But Auburn ties the game on Bub Terrell's 9th home run of the season. 1 of 2 hits in the inning. No errors and a man left. And Ryan Hetzler is back on for Auburn. Tigers go to their closer in a 3-3 game. Bottom of the 8th is coming up next.
Did you know one of the most advanced screening and diagnostic imaging centers in the country is located right here in our community? Bridgeway Diagnostics is the first in the country to purchase GE low-dose 3D mammography and first in the entire region to bring you 3D breast ultrasound. First to bring you artificial intelligence software looking behind the radiologist to detect irregularities. Ask for Bridgeway for all of your screening and diagnostic needs. Find out more at 2bridgeway.com. That's the number 2, bridgeway.com.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
3-3 the score. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Florida due up, and they'll face the Auburn closer, Ryan Hetzler, who is now 3-1 with a 2.30 ERA. This is his 12th appearance. He has 2 saves. He picked up his 2nd save of the season here last night. 15 2/3 innings on the year, 17 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 15 strikeouts, 283 the average against Hetzler. Ryan threw 3 pitches last night, so he's back in less than 24 hours, but he threw 3 pitches last night, gave up a single up the middle, and then on the very next pitch, got a 5-4-3 game-ending double play. Petrovic, dynamic in 7 innings. Especially given the way it started. He gave up a run on 2 hits and a walk in the first inning. Finished the game 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. After the first inning, he gave up 1 walk and 1 hit and no more runs. Cole Stanford to greet Hetzler in the first pitch is a strike. Stanford squared to bunt, did not make contact. It's 0-1. Hetzler. He was ready. And Auburn had to run a catcher out to the bullpen. So time was called. Hetzler last night faced Surwick and Bowen, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball 95. And if you watch the video, Auburn's video team, their social team, their creative team, does an outstanding job with content after games. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Tardy on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. High cheese from Hetzler. One away in the eighth. And they've got Hetzler going through the handshake line, and everybody's smiling and happy, and he has no emotion whatsoever, just flat. Closers have to have a little bit of a different mentality about him. All right, number 9 hitter Yost flies the first pitch to center. Terrell over. He's got it. Quickly 2 down. Boy, both teams going up there hacking against the opposing closer. Back to the top of the order in Jones. Jones bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 8th inning in a 3-3 game. Tigers have out-hit the Gators 5-3. Here's the pitch. Strike down the middle. 97. 0-1. Jones has singled, he has struck out, and he's flied to right. Hetzler rocks and fires. Misses down and away, 1-1. Steele has caught the game today. Freilich has been the designated hitter. There were questions about that after he was hitting the elbow yesterday. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball center field. Terrell back, measures it, catches it, inning over. 7-pitch inning for Hetzler in the 8th, and he retires the Gators in order. We head to the 9th. Can Auburn find offense against the Florida closer in the 9th? 3-3 our score. Madrigal will lead it off for the Tigers in the 9th after you hear this.
Hey folks, this is Brody Thomas, General Manager at Winter Timber Outdoors. Spring turkey season is right around the corner. We're cranking up the excitement with our Winter Timber Turkey Contest. From March 25th through May 8th, go chase that trophy longbeard. Then bring your best bird straight to the store to get it scored. We're paying out for the top 5 birds. Whether you're after spurs, beard length, or straight up weight, we want to see what you harvest. It's the 2026 Turkey Contest at Winter Timber Outdoors in Auburn. For more information, visit wintertimberoutdoors.com.
Hey, this is Jacob Goins from On the Line on ESPN 1067. If you ever miss a part of the show from 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoons with myself and Christian Griffin, you can catch up with the podcast anytime on our station website. Just visit ESPNAU.com and our podcast center, or download the Radio Alabama app. Never miss a minute of On the Line on ESPN 1067 with me, Jacob Goins, and Christian Griffin, live 2 to 4 each weekday right here, the Auburn Opelika sports leader, ESPN 1067.
This is Auburn Baseball on ESPN 1067, Auburn Opelika's sports leader.
We go to the 9th, tied at 3. Madrigal, Bingaman, and Steele are the scheduled hitters for the Tigers. Gabe Gross out there talking to Eddie Madrigal. Last 2 outs of the 8th inning were on first pitches of the at-bats. There were flyouts on the first pitches. Reitner gives up more than 1 base runner per inning between hits and hit batters. See if the Tigers are a little more patient. This is the third time that Reitner has pitched twice in a series. He did it back-to-back days against both Arkansas and Ole Miss. And in the second outing, he went 30-plus pitches. So this is not brand new to him. First pitch to Madrigal is in there for a strike, 0-1. Just 18 pitches for Reitner here, so he's still fine, kind of in the groove. Pitch misses inside to Madrigal, 1 ball, 1 strike. Auburn didn't get its first hit until Mason McCrane's RBI single in the 5th. So 2 full times through the lineup. Had a couple of errors and a walk. Here's the pitch. Swing, ground ball, base hit left side. They were playing him to pull, and he hit it through the 6-hole. Madrigal, a 1-1 pitch. He went the other way on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He let the velocity do the work, and Auburn's got the go-ahead runner on base to start the 9th inning. And will they run for Madrigal? Let's see. Butch Thompson signaling the move. Ty Thompson's been the guy in a lot of these situations, but they'll bring in Kate Ballou here and then probably So Cade Ballou goes in to run. The thinking there, maybe you put Cade in right, bring Bingaman to first. Or Cade in center and Bub to first. You could do that. All right, Ballou the runner at first. Pitch high to Bingaman. 1 ball, no strikes. Base hit by Madrigal. Throw to first. Ballou is back. Wind is blowing out toward left center. That's something to note with Bingaman at the plate. He is 1 for 2. Throw to first again. I'd be shocked if they're running Ballou here. And that wind blowing out to left center is as hard as it's been blowing all day. Get one up in the jet stream here, Ethan. The pitch. Way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Bingaman has walked, reached on an error, stolen a base, scored a run, singled, and been caught stealing. The true freshman's had a lot happen today. Got a hole on the right side of the infield. Ballou at first. The pitch. Swing, ground ball, foul, past the third base line. 2-1. 97 on the fastball, and he was still early. Gives you an idea of the bat speed of this freshman ball player. Tigers have battled all the way back from down 3-0 to tie it at 3, and now in the top of the 9th. Go ahead run at first, nobody out. 2-1 pitch. Caught the outside corner. That's some late break. That may have been a slider at 90 miles an hour. Gracious. Throw to first. Again, Ballou's back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On Bingaman, Lucas Steele is on deck. Throw to first again, runner back again. Wind howling out to left. Does he dare throw him a fastball? Here's the stretch. Reitner's pitch. Swing, ground ball, third baseman off of his glove. He'll have no play. Everybody save. Third time today, Auburn has hit a ball to Surowick at third, and he couldn't squeeze it. It was hit hard, 2 very low hops. Surowick got the glove, had it in the glove, but then out. And runners are at first and second with nobody out. And here's Kevin O'Sullivan making his way to the mound. Third error of the game. Charge to Surowick at third base. And Michael Snover goes out to join the meeting. If not busted up, there he goes. Everybody scatters back. First and second. Nobody out. Lucas Steele to the plate. Now, last time Lucas was up, Bingaman was on base. Steele tried to bunt the runners over, and he couldn't get the bunt down. And now Butch Thompson and Gabe Gross out to talk to the Auburn players. This is a big offensive meeting. Coach Thompson, Coach Gross, Coach Nonamaker, Coach Teixeira. Sonny Teixeira is down there as a part of it. The base runners, the batter, Lucas Steele, and McCrane, the on-deck hitter. What a moment in this game. Auburn down 3-0 in the first. Didn't have a hit until the 5th. Got 2 in the 5th. Tied the game on Bub Terrell's home run to lead off the 8th. Got the Florida closer in the game with 1 out in the 7th. And now the home plate umpire tries to move Auburn's team meeting along. And does. And here we go. Steele hitting lefty against the right-hander, Reitner. First pitch In comes the first baseman. Steele shows bunt, pulls the bat back. He takes it low for ball one. I'm a little surprised they missed low there. You might try to bring it up in the zone, try to get Steele up under it. He popped up a couple foul to the right side the last time at the plate. Again, corner infielder coming in. Stripling crashes in. They throw back behind the runner at second, and Ballou is back in safely. Not a bad idea there by Florida, but Ballou was alert and he got back. Ballou at second. After Madrigal's single, he's the pinch runner. Bingaman at first. Stripling crashes at first. Steele puts the bunt down left side. Good bunt. One play and one play only, and it's wide. Wide of the bag. Here comes Ballou. He scores. Auburn takes the lead 4-3. Reitner fielded the bunt, and he threw wild at first. Tigers have runners at second and third with nobody out. An excellent bunt by Steele up the left side. Reitner fielded it. I think he had plenty of time, but he threw wild. And Auburn has the lead 4-3. And not only that, they have runners at second and third and nobody out. And the infield comes in for Brandon McCrane. First pitch, low, ball one. And you got to wonder if Reitner's tank may be nearing empty. 4 errors by Florida today. The pitch. Outside, ball two. Bub Terrell looms on deck. He homered his last time. Stretch in the pitch. There's a strike. McCrane needed to see a strike. 91 on that breaking ball. 2-1 to the Auburn shortstop. He has scored once tonight. He's 0 for 3. The pitch. There's another strike. Fastball 97. 2-2 the count. Crane can go to work here. Runners at second and third with the infield in. And the wind blowing out. Here's the pitch. McCrane taps it foul, stayed alive. Auburn has taken the lead with a run in the 8th and a run in the 9th. They've taken advantage of 4 Florida errors today. And Alex Petrovic and Ryan Hetzler have combined to be outstanding after a 3-run Gator first. 2-2 to McCrane. Swing, ground ball, base hit. It gets through, up the first base line and into the corner. Both runs are going to score. McCrane headed for second. Tigers lead 6-3. 2-run double by Brandon McCrane. He just poked it right up the first base line, past the bag, and into the corner. And the Tigers have scored 3 times in the 9th and still nobody out. And that'll do it for Joshua Reitner. They went to him too early. Auburn forced him into the game in the 7th inning and then took advantage. Reitner is out and a new pitcher is in. Auburn leads 6-3 with nobody out in the top of the 9th. And the Gators make another Pepper Tree pitching change.
When game day hits, you want to be right where it matters. Close to campus, close to the action, and close to your college student. At the residences at Arbor Lake, you get the perfect space to cheer, visit, and make every trip feel like a homecoming. Offering easy access to campus and relaxing getaway whenever you visit. Call 334-521-7290 for more information about the residences at Arbor Lake, a 55-plus apartment community. Score comfort, score convenience, score your home court at the residences at Arbor Lake.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334 844-TIXS.
The new pitcher for Florida on this Pepper Tree pitching change is right-hander Ricky Reith. Auburn saw him Thursday, 2/3 of an inning. Auburn got 2 runs on 3 hits against him. He faced 5 batters. He threw 19 pitches, and they're going back to him here today. Reith, 6'4", 205, a redshirt senior out of Windermere, Florida, a transfer from Notre Dame, and another right-hander. Auburn in the ninth, a single by Madrigal. Ballou came on to run. Bingaman hit a ball, scorched it to third off the glove of Surowick, his 3rd error of the game. Then Steele reached on a throwing error by the pitcher on a sacrifice bunt, and a beautiful bunt up the left side. At the very least, he had done his job and moved the runners over, but a wild throw let both runs come home to score. And then Brandon McCrane with an RBI double just inside the bag at first, his 7th double of the season. And it chased Joshua Reitner out of the game. The closer is out, and Reith is in to face Bub Terrell, who homered to tie the game in the 8th. First pitch to Bub. On the way, he shows bunt. He pulls back. He takes a strike. Not a bad idea. Auburn with 3 runs in the inning. Leads 6-3. The 0-1 pitch to Terrell. Down and in and blocked by Bowen. He saved 90 feet. 1 ball, 1 strike. Voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, lets us know the crowd is watching on the video board at Jordan-Hare Stadium as they get ready for A-Day, cheering wildly as they watch the Tigers come back in this one. From the stretch, here's Reith. Nobody out. Pitch to Terrell. Low. 2 balls and a strike. And Florida has some absolute dynamic arms. There's no question about it. It's interesting that you're seeing the same 3 guys today that we saw here Thursday, less than 48 hours ago. Breaking ball hung up there, fouled off to the left, out of play. And different teams use different strategies. If you feel like you got 4 or 5 guys out of the bullpen and they can all go, like McNeely went last night, then that can be effective. Today, Auburn has taken advantage of seeing repeat relievers. 2-2 to Terrell. Bouncing ball to third, gloved by Surowick. Long throw across, and he gets Bub by a step. Protective swing with 2 strikes. Not a bad swing by Bub with 2 strikes, and Surowick was able to play back on it, field, and throw for the out. And that's the first out of the inning. Now back to the top of the order. Mason McCrane, he got Auburn's first hit with 2 outs in the 5th inning. An RBI single in the 5th. Here's the pitch to him. It's over for a strike, and off speed in there for strike 1. McCrane 1 for 4. He's 4 for 12 on the weekend. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball, and he hammers that to right center field. Yost is back. He looks up. It is gone. McCrane has done it again. Mason McCrane takes Reith deep, and Auburn extends its lead. It's now 8-3. A hanging breaking ball on an 0-1 pitch, and McCrane deposited it beyond the wall in right center. Five runs in the inning for the Tigers. And a few are starting to head for the exits here in Gainesville. First pitch to Guevara is low. 1 ball, no strikes. The delivery. Swing and a foul out of play, 1-1. Fittingly, some clouds have come in and covered up the sun. here at the ballpark. There's a ground ball hit sharply, scoots out to the second baseman, Kurland. He throws and gets the out. Auburn has been the dark cloud on the Gators' sunshine party here in the last couple of innings. And I think you can go all the way back to the first 2 innings. Auburn had 1 base runner on just a walk the first 2 innings, but they got 40 pitches out of the starter, Sandifer. Here's the pitch to Freilich. It misses inside, ball 1. Chase Freilich, the 8th man to bat here in the 9th inning. And they went to 3 ball counts in the first 5 batters of the game. Pitches a strike to Chase. And that shortened Sandifer's outing. He didn't give up a hit until the 5th. And after the hit he gave up, he came out of the ball game. Freilich drives that one foul off to the right, out of play, 1-2. You know, if he has faster innings in the first and second, just as productive, but fewer pitches, maybe he goes to the 6th. And maybe Lugo Conchola gets through the 7th. And then maybe Reitner is able to do better in the 8th and 9th. Pitch is fouled away by Freilich. But Auburn battled and battled early. Even when they weren't winning the individual battles. But they wore down the Gator staff. 1-2 pitch to Freilich. Misses low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And they got to guys that they had seen earlier in the weekend. The Tigers scored 1 in the 8th, Bub Terrell's homer, and 5 here in the 9th to lead 8-3. Here's the pitch. Freilich takes it high and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 8-3 Tigers, top of the 9th. Ryan Hetzler will go back on the mound after a long wait in the dugout. He'll have Lawson, Surowick, and Bowen due up. Freilich takes ball 4 outside. The inning continues. A 2-run home run by Mason McCrane. His 3rd home run of the weekend. And now Chris Rembert, the 9th man to bat in the 9th inning. He has singled, reached on an error, grounded out, and flied out. First pitch to Rembert. Outside and low, ball 1. Rembert singled against Reith Thursday. The pitch. Ground ball, base hit, left side. He's 2 for 2 against Reith. First and second, 2 outs. Tigers bat around, and now Cade Ballou gets a turn. He came on to pinch hit for Madrigal after Eddie's single through the left side. And now Cade a chance to do some damage himself at the plate. And he will not face Reith. Kevin O'Sullivan gives a signal. And another reliever, the 3rd reliever of the inning for Florida, on his way in. It's a Pepper Tree pitching change for the Gators.
Life moves fast. Shouldn't your checking account keep up? Meet Explore Checking from Max Credit Union. No monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement. Enjoy perks like access to your paycheck up to 2 days early, earning rewards that can be turned into cash each time you spend with your Max debit card. Plus, with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app, managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Opelika Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery, carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
Caden McDonald is the new Florida pitcher on their Pepper Tree pitching change. 6'3", 200-pound right-hander. He's a redshirt sophomore out of Tampa. They grow pitchers in this state like they grow oranges. McDonald 3-0 in 12 appearances. He has 1 save, a 3.38 earned run average, 26 2/3 innings, 25 hits, 10 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 5, struck out 26, a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, and about a strikeout per inning. Teams are hitting .260 against McDonald. In SEC play, 3 appearances, no record, an earned run average of 3. He's pitched 3 innings, given up a run on 3 hits, 1 double, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. So McDonald is on, replacing Reith. Give you some numbers on their pitchers today. Sandifer, 2 unearned runs on 1 hit through 4 2/3 innings. Lugo Canchola gave up 2 hits and no runs through an inning and 2/3. Reitner gave up 5 runs, 2 earned on 4 hits in an inning and 2/3. Reith gave up 1 unearned run on 2 hits in 2/3 of an inning. Only 2 of Auburn's 8 runs today have been earned, but they all are on the scoreboard. And here is Cade Ballou, first pitch swinging at a big curve, and it's 0-1. 8-3, Auburn leads, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Tigers have plated 5 in the 8th. Here's the delivery. Swing and a foul back. 0-2. 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Gators in the bottom of the 9th. Ballou steps back in there. Runners at first and second. Ty Thompson into the game at second to run for Freilich, by the way. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. So Ballou down on strikes, and the inning comes to a close. But 10 Tigers bat. Auburn scores 5 times on 4 hits. A 2-run double by Brandon McCrane, a 2-run homer by Mason McCrane. There were 2 big Florida errors and 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's 8-3 Auburn.
Graduation season is here, and your party deserves food that's as great as your grad. Let Butcher Paper handle the cooking so you can focus on the fun. From slow-smoked brisket to crowd favorite pulled pork and all the fixings, we make feeding your crowd easy and delicious. Ordering is simple, pickup is smooth, and your guests will be coming back for seconds. Call Maggie today at 334-748-2106 or email contact@butcherpaperbbq.com. Make your graduation party stress-free and seriously tasty with Butcher Paper Barbecue.
War Eagle, this is Auburn baseball coach Butch Thompson. If you want the latest on Auburn baseball in the SEC, keep it locked on Auburn Opelika Sports Leader, ESPN 106.7. The only place you can get 7 straight hours of local sports talk, starting with the Max Roundtable at 11 a.m. On the Line with Jacob Goins at 2, followed by The Drive with Bill Cameron and Dan Peck at 4. Only on ESPN 106.7.
Auburn has flipped this game on its ear. 5 runs in the 9th inning after tying it with a Bub Terrell home run in the 8th. Auburn leads Florida 8-3. Tigers' best hitter, or rather the Gators' best hitters are coming to the plate. Lawson, Surwick, and then the catcher Bowen against Ryan Hetzler. Tigers with 9 hits after 4 2/3, the first 4 2/3 innings of the game. Here is Lawson, the pitch. Swing and a line to center. Ballou over to get it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Florida has only lost 2 of its last 11 SEC series. Bub Terrell is the new left fielder. Ballou in center. McCrane in right. Bingaman at first. First pitch. Steve Reich to Surwick. So Madrigal coming out and Ballou coming in. It was fruit basket turnover. Pitch misses outside to Surwick. 1 ball, 1 strike. Auburn hangs on here in the 9th. It'll be a 3rd straight SEC series win. pitch. Ground ball to second. Rembert, gloves, throws, 2 away. And Auburn is 1 out away from doing it. Here is Carson Bowen. Bowen steps in. 3 flyouts for the Florida catcher. 1 for 12 on the weekend. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Delivery. Strike 2. One strike away. And the Auburn fans come to their feet in Gainesville. The pitch. Foul ball off to the right. It's the Auburn fans making the noise now. Ryan Hetzler trying to nail it down. The 0-2. High. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Birmingham friends, we'll see you Tuesday night at the Hoover Met against Samford. Here's the wind and the 1-2. Fly ball right field, well hit. McCrane on the run. It bounces foul. It just kept slicing that way and dropped just beyond the right field line. And Bowen makes a slow walk back. So many, there was a question coming into the weekend about Auburn without the extra day, moving every pitcher up a day. Boy, Petrovic got through that rocky first and was nails after that. Here's the 1-2. Fouled straight back. Florida's last base runner was a walk to Stanford in the 5th inning. Pitchers have retired 13 in a row. And Florida's last hit was in the 3rd. 1-2. There's a base hit to right. Doggone it. Base hit to right by Bowen, the catcher, with 2 strikes. Just reached out, lined it to right field. And Blake Sear comes to the plate. I'd just as soon seen him again in Hoover or not at all. Homered 3 times in the series. Auburn leads 8-3, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th pitch. Sear goes after the first pitch, swings and fouls it back. No balls and a strike. Sear homered in the 1st, grounded out in the 4th, struck out in the 7th. Auburn trying to go to 10-8 in SEC play. Florida would drop to 10-8. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, that is fly to left and deep. Terrell goes back, and Sear has hit another one. His 4th home run of the weekend. Unbelievable. 2 home runs in the game for Sear. 9 RBIs in the series. Hetzler just tried to overpower him there, and Sear made him pay for it. And it's 8-5. Florida scores for the first time since Sear hit a 3-run homer in the 1st. He's driven in all 5 of their runs today. 9 in the series. Gracious. 4 home runs. He had hit 4 all year, and he's hit 4 this weekend. And Everett Tiefert is out to talk to Ryan Hetzler. 2 outs. And a 3-run lead for Auburn. First time since the 1st inning that the Gators have had multiple hits, or they've had back-to-back hits. I'm sorry. First time in the game they've had back-to-back hits. First time since the 1st they've had 2 hits in an inning. You can't say enough about the job Petrovic did after that first inning. His last 6 gave up a hit and a walk, and that was it. Now Stripling the batter, and Landon Stripling is 0 for 3. Fly out and 2 ground out. Pitch just missed. 1 ball, no strike. Delivery. Little tapper, right side foul. It's 1-1. Hetzler not messing around after that mound meeting. 1 out to go. The wind and the pitch. Breaking ball misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Fans who have stayed are hoping to see a miracle comeback. There's a pop-up, left side, foul ground. Guevara gives it a look. That'll get on into the seats. Oh, a nice catch made by a fan down there in the chairbacks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Again, the Tigers are a strike away. Butch Thompson called last night's game potentially a tipping point. 2-2. Fly ball, left field or left side, out of play. It's headed for the same area. Almost the exact same spot. A win here in this one and a series win over Florida would make that statement even louder. Wind in the pitch. Pulled. Caught by Bingaman at first. He caught the line drive, and Auburn wins. A rocket to Bingaman at first. The freshman climbed the ladder and made the catch, and the Tigers win. Auburn wins the game 8-5. Tigers win the game 8-5. Tigers win the series in Gainesville. Auburn 8, Florida 5, your final. 5 runs in the 9th, 1 in the 8th, and Auburn gets out of Gainesville a series winner. 8 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Auburn. 5 runs, 5 hits, 4 errors for Florida. Auburn wins the top 10 battle here this weekend. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is coming up next.
Looking for a fulfilling way to spend your retirement? What about some extra cash to spend on the grandkids or donate to charity? Hello, I'm Joe Robinson. My wife Molly and I own Seniors Helping Seniors East Central Alabama, and we may have a place for you on our team. You can be a hero and a new best friend to a fellow senior. Our in-home care